language. No matter what anybody tells you, words and ideas can change the world.
You write your first draft with your heart. And you rewrite with your head.
Seize the day.
Happy New Year. Welcome to the first episode of the Writer's Showcase here in the year 2026. I am your host, Ryan of Van Echo Channel. This is the show where we talk about the writing process and all the ins and outs in between that comes with becoming a writer or being a writer right now. And we're going to have a lot of fun here. Don't forget to like and share this with your closest friends. If you're watching this live on replay, thank you so much for doing so. If you have any questions for our panelists, myself, or just anything about the writing process in general, let us know in the comments. Let us know in the chat. I'm more than happy to take those questions as they come in respectively. I am not alone in this, because why would you want to watch a show with just my ugly face on it? No, that's not what we're here for. Please welcome one of our first guests joining us on this roundtable discussion of writing. Please welcome from the great state of freezing cold Pennsylvania, Trip!
Hello!
What's up, doll? How you doing?
Not much, man. This is my favorite part of every podcast, where we have to pretend like we weren't talking for 15 minutes before this to be like, hey,
yeah,
what's up? First time talking to you. How you doing? But, yeah, what's going on, dude?
I know, it's great. It's great. We're grateful to have you here, rather. And you know what, Trip? What's pretty cool here? Hey, Hermano. Anyway, that's a line from another movie that I won't discuss. But also joining us is someone who is the chairman and CEO of the Three Ring Circus, that is writers down in the great state of Never Went Down to Georgia. Hollis is here. What's up, girl? How you doing?
Welcome hey, how are you?
Oh,
I just got here.
Yeah, we're all fine here. No, thank you. How are you? And by the way, congratulations on your new look. You got yourself some new hair coloring, new hairstylist, whatever it is.
Oh, yeah, I got a haircut, and I have layers again now, which I'm thrilled
about.
Ogres
have layers, and let me tell you something, Hollis. You look fabulous.
Well, thank you. I missed having my layers. It was fun.
Ogres have layers, Trip. Anyway, also
I know they have layers. And I've been badgering Hollis about this for years, because she has some stuff on Instagram. Yeah, no, and I keep telling her when we talk that I promise you, Hollis, soon I'm going to start thirsting after you in your comment section. It'll happen. I haven't done it yet, but like it will happen. It will happen. I promise.
It is what it is. That's you will get a lot of smack talk right back, as is tradition.
As a tradition. The council has decreed.
That's right. As is our friendship. Yes.
Boy, this has quickly devolved into a scruffy-looking nerve herder type of discussion. But anyway, also joining us. I'm sorry, fellas, but also joining us on this illustrious panel. Please welcome our good friend Cindy Breck is here. Hello, Cindy. How are you?
How are you guys?
Hey.
Doing well. We're very happy that you are here with us, Cindy, and we're looking forward to seeing what you're going to be bringing to these festivities. And also join us, even though she's fashionably late, but she's obsessed with 90s comedies, and she is the president and CEO of the Ace Ventura Pet Detective Fan Club, Jennifer.
Hello.
The is here. How are you, Jennifer?
Hello.
Welcome in, and maybe the next time I see you, I'm going to give you a call sometime. Your number's still 911? Oh, righty then. So.
I love that show. That was just, it was always on in my house when I was a kid. So
always on in your house. That movie was just on loop every single day.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with OG/90s Jim Carrey, because that was some good times, y'all. That was some good times. Yeah. I was there for a lot of it.
Liar.
Yeah, that's another one.
Oh yeah, that is a good one too. Yeah,
that is another one. Yeah, Liar's good.
Yeah, I definitely liked Liar.
I liked all of his stuff, really.
What's her name? ER's Maura Tierney played his wife in that one. Liar. Maura Tierney. Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
Fun fact. I know it's random, but I know things.
You like random though.
Yeah. Well, I know less. There's a lot of random pieces of movie information I just happen to know. Quickly around the horn here, Hollis, what's your favorite Jim Carrey movie?
Honestly, I'd have to say Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, the first one.
The OG? Okay.
Probably the OG, yeah. Oh, you know what though? Earth Chicks Are Easy is actually really good.
Oh my gosh, that was a good old one.
Gina Davis.
Gina Davis. Too, and you get a whole cool trifecta of people there.
Yep.
And it's stupidly hilarious. So I'm changing. Earth Girls Are Easy.
Earth Girls Are Easy. Wow. Okay. What about you, Trip? What was your favorite?
The Deadpool.
Oh, well, okay. He plays one of the
he plays like an
Axl
Axl Rose type
with
guy.
Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood,
he gets murdered halfway
okay.
through the movie, and Clint Eastwood's got to go find out who done it.
Yeah, he's like a weird out of work like actor or something like that. It's
No. He's a rock star, but he's like done way too many drugs, and like they keep playing Guns N' Roses music, so they're like, oh yeah, Jim Carrey's not Axl Rose in this movie.
Yeah.
He's not even a redhead. They're totally different.
Yeah.
That's a valid point. It's a valid point. Geez, this is a great question. Yeah, for me, it's probably either Ace or I'm trying to think of another one I really enjoyed. There's a bunch of them that he was really good in, but Ace Ventura is definitely the one that stands out for me because personally, when I went to this little thing called school, I would always quote a lot of the lines from Ace Ventura, and my classmates would love it. So
me too.
I guess
Ace Ventura was always secondary for me because I saw The Mask first, and then it was like, you see another guy from The Mask. You mean Ace Ventura? No, I mean The Mask.
Yeah.
There was also a vampire one too. What the heck was that one called?
Buffy the Vampire. Oh no, that was Rubens.
No, it was
Rubens,
one of his first ones. Like I dated a vampire or something. I can't remember.
I don't remember that one.
I know.
It's an old one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I once dated a vampire. I think it was what it's called.
I think Once Bitten.
Oh.
Yep. That was like one of his first movies. It might have actually been his first. I don't know.
Remember this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Wow. I was not aware. Well, I've heard of it. I just never seen it. Sorry.
It's pretty goofy. Yeah, you should watch it.
I don't know. I still think Liar Liar just takes the
really,
cake.
Yeah.
It's iconic.
I really do. He did such a good job in that.
Oh yeah.
Well, and they looped back around to Heartwarming as well, which was
yeah.
I'm kicking my own ass. He said we can curse.
Maximus, and then he looks at the car and he says, "Maximus, I'm out of here. Bye, Dad. Jerry, enjoy my wife."
Yeah.
And then he just walks away with his coffee cup, and I'm like, "Dang, that's cold."
Yeah.
But, Jennifer Tilly was in that for Pete's
Sorry.
sake. Liar. No. It's fine. Jim Carrey filmography, which has nothing to do with writing, but it's still a lot of fun to talk about. But anyway, that film was written. So, what was that, Hollis?
Somebody wrote those movies.
That's right. Yeah. So it technically is canon, but whatever. It's neither here nor there. Here's the first question up for grabs. Here's the first item up for bids today on The Price is Right, Bob. So no, we're gonna go with this one. Sorry. When it comes to the Writer's Showcase, to keep things on the rails, Cindy, on the rails.
Hey, wait, don't blame me. Hollis is over there. She's got.
I know it's
hey, really don't blame Hollis. It's Hollis's fault.
That's right. We're gonna place all the blame on our friendly neighborhood Georgian Hollis here from the great state of Georgia. But still,
I'm not from Georgia. Just want to clarify that.
That's fine.
I am.
No, I mean you've lived there for 40 years now. Like, sorry, like native, assimilated.
But aren't you Ohio?
From Georgia. I live in
Ohio.
No, I'm a Navy brat. I was born in Ventura, California, and then we moved around. I lived internationally a lot. So yeah. Not from Georgia originally at all. Definitely more European or New England.
Oh, you're from 29 Palms.
Hey.
Oh yeah, that's here too.
29 Palms. She's a 29 Palms trip. We don't need to worry about that. No. But in all sincerity, though, to get things back on the rails, too, if Hollis will give me more than 2 seconds to speak.
Sorry.
Hollis, we love you to pieces, honey. We really do. But Trip, I got to ask you, since someone brought this idea up, so we'll do it anyway. Trip, what is it that makes a great book, in your opinion?
Enjoying reading it, and that is the only metric.
Wow. Okay. Soft-spoken this young man is. Anyway.
No, because like a book could be like as deep and philosophical as it wants to be, or it can make as many points as it wants to. It can preach about this or expose that. But like if every 3 pages I got to go mow the lawn or shave a cat or I don't know, get an enema just to like stop reading the book, then it's not a good book.
Yeah, or give a cat a cinnamon roll.
Sorry. Yeah, I was gonna say, squeeze me, baking powder. Anyway. Good answer. In the words of my good friend Raphael. Hollis, what makes a great book?
Honestly, yeah, something that you don't want to put down. It can be anything. I like to read across all genres, and yeah, it just could be anything as long as I'm enjoying it. The books that I don't like to read or that take forever for me to finish, they're not memorable either. They don't stick in your brain. So yeah, you better like it.
Better like it or else. Understandable to a T. With that being said, President and CEO of Jim Carrey's fan club, Jennifer, what is it that makes a great book and not so much of a great Jim Carrey movie?
Kind of how everyone else said, just not being able to put it down gets all the right feels when you're reading it, and then of course at the end there's something that you're waiting for at the end, that plot twist or whatever it is, and it just gets you. It's just really good. And you're like, oh, I knew it was happening, but I didn't know at the same time. So yeah, you can't put it down. So
It hooks you from beginning to end.
yeah.
Okay. So in other words, nothing,
All the
Jon Snow.
feels.
But anyway, maybe Jon
Right.
Snow knew something, he just didn't do anything about it. But anyway, for those of you who are GOT fans, sorry. Cindy,
I
just
do.
out of curiosity, what is it in your mind that makes a great book?
Truthfully, escapism. I believe actually, if you are going to read a book and you're going to spend hours upon hours actually looking at a book, you need to be able to enjoy it and escape is in that storyline. I like to know that the plot has depth and character. At the same time, I like to be able to move through the story and actually wonder what the next move is going to be. I do not want to be able to predict every move. And if I can predict a move, it's down. I'm actually a mood reader, and I just think if escapism's there, then you've got me hooked.
Excellent answer. No, these are all excellent answers. It's not like I'm just choosing one over the other. Not that this is a popularity contest, but no, it makes complete sense. Yeah,
I mean, it could be.
It could be, but we're not going to make everybody face each other to the death, like in that movie Gladiator. But anyway, I agree with you. And kind of piggybacking on what everybody said. Yeah, if the story I'm reading, if it hooks me from like the first couple of paragraphs, maybe even the first chapter, I'm thinking to myself, okay, this author means serious business. This is not going to take any breaks. They're going to keep us going. Once the engine starts, it just goes. So. Totally agree with you on that one, folks. Once again, for those of you wondering what the fuck is going on here, this is the right. See, I used it.
Yeah, hey, there's no fucking swearing on this show, Ryan. What the fuck?
No.
Wow. Wowza.
It's the replacement word. It's a replacement word.
I heard the other one.
I think you should say beep.
No,
Or what the flag nog. That's what my kids say. What the flag nog.
Never mind.
Just go fudge it. Just go fudge and move.
Consarn it, Hollis. Consarn it. Sugar.
You bleeping bleep bags.
If I could interject in here the word fibber-me gizzards.
Oh,
sure. Why not?
There's a good one.
That's mine.
Sure.
Or we could just go food and be like, oh, cheese, crackers, tomato soup, or some nonsense like that to sound like
you keep your baklava on your side of the friggin' Gresh.
There was a lot. I don't know what movie this is from, Trip, but there was a movie where this guy hears a very bad. They're involved in a certain set of bad circumstances, and he looks outside the window and he says, "Cheese and crackers." And I'm like, okay, that's cursing without cursing. That's good. I like that. Let's use that. Let's use it. So I don't know. That's something I heard in a movie once. But anyway, this is a better ship.
In that movie, was there something on the wing? Was there some thing?
Something.
On the wing?
No,
I'm still thinking about cheese. I love cheese. That's all I'm gonna say.
Jennifer loves cheese and crackers.
Random over here.
Random oversight. But in case anyone's wondering, this is the Writer's Showcase. At least we're attempting to become that. And if you have any questions that have anything to do with writing and not the cheese and crackers, let us know in the comments. That's right. Let us know in the chat. We'd love to hear from you. And if you're watching this live or what is known as Memorex or a replay, there's a throwback for you. Thank you for doing so. With that being said, Cindy, where is your favorite spot to write?
My office. I write in coffee shops and stuff like that, but I prefer my desk. My husband, the desk that I use is my husband made, and it's really huge. It's wide. My monitor's up there because I use several monitors at one time, and it's just, I don't know, I feel cozy in my own little space. So it's easier for me. Yeah. So that's where I like to write.
Mm-hmm. It's cozy.
Plus, I could be in my sweats when I want to. I don't have to dress up. When you go out in public, you got to at least have your hair combed. When I come down in the morning, I want to get in here. I do my intentional writing. I don't have to worry about what I look like. I just get to the product and get stuff going. So, but no, I like my office.
Mm-hmm. Completely fair. Understandably so. In sweatpants, especially during this time of year where it's -5 outside everywhere you look.
-11.
Yes, one number compared to the next. But yeah, sweatpants are very, very good to me. Sweatpants very, very comfortable for me. So outside of that, though, Hollis, where's your favorite spot to write? And please don't say coffee shops full of coffee and donuts. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Cafes.
The fancy word is what we use.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely a cafe writer. I work from home. So my day job, I am in my home office, which I am in right now. And, you know, it just sort of has a day job vibe for me, since that's where that is. And so I like to leave the office and go to a beautiful cafe and I write by hand for all my first drafts anyway. So it gets me out of the mode of looking around my house and going, oh, I need to do that. The cat needs to be fed. This needs to be vacuumed. Blah, blah, blah. I'm out of the house. I'm somewhere else, and I can just disassociate and have some lovely snacks.
Snacks. Nothing wrong with a good old-fashioned snack break. Jennifer, where's your favorite spot to write? I'm thinking that it has something to do with please be a place where there's no dogs involved and they're bothering you. But it could be. I don't know.
Actually, I like to write in front of a window. So I like to see outside. I like to see birds. I have bird feeders and trees and all the things. Sometimes I sit outside. I prefer being outside, and I prefer to be with my dogs. So I have a lot of dog beds, and, you know, or they're on my bed if I'm in my room at my desk. I have a desk in my room. I have a table in my dining room, obviously. So I sit there, and it's in front of a big window. So that's for me. I like nature. So, and sunshine. I like real sunshine, not light. So, yeah.
Do you ever play the two songs, Who Let the Dogs Out? Or
and they're all like,
there's that one, but do you also play the song, I'm walking on sunshine? Whoa.
Every day. I mean, in my sweats too, because I'm homeless, as my husband so lovingly says to me, you look homeless.
Oh, God.
I do brush my hair and put on a little makeup for him every day so I don't look scary, but everything else is, sweats and a hoodie. Here in Texas, it's 30 degrees, so we all thought we were dying, or presently
in Texas, the great state of Texas.
We didn't have electricity for a week. It sucked. We all literally thought we were dying because, you know.
Wow.
It was serious.
I didn't get your text regarding that one. Now I know why.
Well, I mean, because it's sad. We don't know what sand or salt is, or, you know, my husband's from the north, so he knows how to shovel the driveway when all of my goofy neighbors are just like slipping and falling down the driveways, you know. But yeah, so we thought we were dying.
So sorry, Jennifer, but you know what?
No,
the truth of the matter is, I don't like sand. It's coarse, it's rough, it's irritating.
Yeah,
but
the
everywhere.
Roads were scary, and people in Texas don't know how to drive anyway. So
really, is that true?
It's scary. Yeah, I mean, when there's no snow and ice, it's scary. So yeah. I just stay in.
Okay. I haven't. All right. Well, I'm only taking this based on observation because I've never actually physically been to the state of Texas, but I have a number of friends who do live in the state of Texas that I would like to visit. Yeah. So who knows?
It's a big state.
Have to see what happens.
Yeah.
I've seen maps, Jennifer. I know.
It's bigger than France.
It is
a lot of people are like, it takes 12 hours. I'm like, it does. To get across the state, it's like 12 to 14, sometimes 16 hours, just depending where you're going. Yeah. It's crazy
big. It's a lot.
Compared to like New Hampshire, which is like a 2.5 hour trip. So from one side to the other.
Well, west side, east side, west side. Anyway, Trip, favorite place to write? You have a favorite spot?
I mean, right now it's at the desk, or the battle station, as I call it. I got like 3 desks pushed together to make like one big wraparound.
You have 3 desks? Thing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, all pushed together to make one thing. But like right now, or at least the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 books, the writing process has been like, kind of like type up a basic outline of what I want to happen, and then I'll go hand jam the rest of it on legal pads, and then figure out about making it smooth when you go type it up later. But I'm definitely in the Hollis camp as far as you got to have strong fingers if you want to write this kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. You got to do your exercises all day.
Wow. Kicking it to 1990 there by writing stuff on legal pads.
Yeah.
This is old school, but I dig it.
I like doing things the Hemingway.
Oh.
You just had to go there. I just can't believe she's reading that book to the kids. I mean, the whole time, let me just break this down for you, Trip. The whole time you're rooting for this Hemingway guy to survive the war and to be with the woman that he loves, Catherine Barkley. It's 4:00 in the morning, Pat. And he does. He survives the war after getting blown up. He survives the war. But now Catherine's pregnant. Isn't that wonderful? She's pregnant. And they're going to live up in the mountains. And they're going to be happy. And they're going to be dancing and whining. I thought some of that stuff was boring, but I liked it. You know why? Because they were happy. You think he ends it there? No. She dies, Dad. I mean, the world's hard enough as it is, guys. It's freaking hard enough as it is. Can't someone just be positive? Let's have a good ending to the story. Pat, you owe us an apology. Mom, apologize for what? I'm not going to apologize for this. You know what I will do? I will apologize on behalf of Ernest Hemingway, because that's who's to blame here. You have Ernest Hemingway call us and apologize to us, too. Silver Linings Playbook is a great movie, Trip.
Yeah.
I know. I probably just lost all 50,000 of my non-existent viewers by saying that, but still.
Hey, we got people in the comments section.
Yeah, the comments section.
By the way,
that's what matters,
Nick
man.
Dunn is here. Nick Dunn is saying hi. He's saying, I live in New Hampshire. Ha, ha, ha.
What's up, New Hampshire?
Yeah. And then here's the movie saying, oh, it's a fun program. Thanks from Stacy is actually her name. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that, Stacy. Yeah, all good. By the way, does anyone here know who Nick Dunn is? Is that one of your buddies? Or no? Or am I just speaking this randomly?
Maybe I shared it. I shared the link with us in a few places before we went on.
Yeah, I did too.
I told you not to share this. The first rule of Fight Club is we do not talk about Fight Club.
Yeah, but you didn't have me sign an NDA, so whose fault's that?
No, you're right. You're right. I'm just messing with you. It's all good here. All good things. All good things. But right, favorite spot to write. I'm having too much fun back here. But anyway, Trip, what is it you like to read? What genre or genres you like to read?
I read a little bit of everything, and when I say everything,
all 31 flavors.
Actually, yeah, no, I mean like all of it. So like, I grew up reading a lot of the Star Wars novels. Most of the ones I found apparently I was the only person that ever read, because nobody's ever friggin' heard of the other ones. But they were like kids novels, where they're only like 100 pages long, and they were actually a lot darker when I think about them now than they had any business for middle schoolers to read. But love Zelansky and Heinlein, and like my favorite two books are Starship Troopers, and then a book called Storm of Steel by a dude named Ernst Younger, and then With the Old Breed by Eugene Sledge. And the last two were war memoirs about World War I and then II. But at the same time, like I also like history and research books. Like there is a great book called, I don't know if it's Life in a Medieval Village or Living in a Medieval Village, but it's 300 pages of like, hey, if you're a medieval peasant in Europe, this is what your life's like. And it's a very dry read, because it's nonfiction, but it's also super informative. And if you're writing fantasy, I would definitely suggest checking it out. But like also I'll go through like Tolkien's appendixes and read that crap, and then friggin' also on that, like other stuff, like a little snippet of it, just the four closest books, the three closest that aren't mine, like
sure, why not?
St. Augustine's Confessions,
okay.
Who Censored Roger Rabbit, and then Hollis Joe McCollum's to Save a World, which everyone listening to this should go read.
Free plugs, y'all. Free plugs.
In there for her.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay, man. You're like Baskin Robbins on this Saturday night. You just got 31 flavors sitting next to you, don't you?
I mean, yeah, no, I also got the Robotech novels and like the Catechism back there too. So I mean, like we're
favorite.
Yeah, they made Robotech albums.
Yeah, but what's your favorite Star Wars novel? Whether it's canon or non-canon, I don't care.
None of them are canon anymore, dude.
Well, whatever.
What are you talking about? Shadows of the Empire followed closely by Death Troopers.
Really?
Yeah, I love Death Troopers. But the ones I was talking about, you said you're a big Star Wars dude. Maybe you remember them. There was a bunch of like kid books. I'm using kids really heavy on here, but they took place after the original trilogy. But there was some of the plot lines were like Emperor Palpatine's like three-eyed psychic, not Jedi, but psychic son was coming back for revenge, and he like had Darth Vader's right glove. And then Zorba the Hutt, who was Jabba the Hutt's brother, wanted revenge so he had went on this quest to kill Princess Leia. So they made a clone of Princess Leia to let him kill instead of just killing the Hutt. And like at the time, like, yeah, this is cool, it's awesome. And now thinking about it, I'm like, that was really fucking dark.
Language, but all right. I get it. I'm not familiar with those, so I have to do something called research because I've only read some of the newer stuff. I have the trilogy of Heir to the Empire by Timothy Zahn sitting on my shelf.
Which is why I hate everything that's happened in the last 10 years in Star Wars, because, like, dude, we had all this. We had all of this.
Yeah.
Why? Kathleen Kennedy! But I don't want to get political, so.
Well, she's no longer the president, so, you know, they got 2 new presidents now. It's Dave Filoni and Lauren Lewin, I want to say her name. I forget how to pronounce her name. I apologize. But Lucasfilm has 2 new co-presidents now, so Kathleen Kennedy is through with her tenure. So there you go. There's a little bit of news in terms of Star Wars. I don't know if that makes anybody any happier, but
it looks like Nick's got a question. Was Death Troopers the zombie one on the prison barge?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was.
Like a cameo, if I recall.
Yeah, and what was awesome about Death Troopers is it wasn't a Star Wars novel with zombies. It was a horror book that just so happened to be in the Star Wars universe. Like, it did not read like any other Star Wars novels. It was dark. It was like, what? You cannot put that in this book. Oh, really good. 10 out of 10. Recommend.
Interesting. No, I've only read some of the newer. I read Master and Apprentice by Claudia Gray. I read Lost Stars by Claudia Gray, which is great. What's the other one? Dark Disciple by Christy Golden, which was a kind of a spin-off storyline that they couldn't incorporate into the Clone Wars animated television series, but it's really good, by the way.
Yeah. Also, Nick Dunn must be one of my dudes. What's up, dude?
Yeah, he says, I need that in execute Order 66.
Yeah, but if you read it at Headquarters Battalion Barracks Duty, then what's up, Nick?
So that's what that means. Okay, because that acronym HQBN can mean a billion different things.
Yeah, that's Headquarters Battalion.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, sorry, I can't keep up with all the flipping acronyms. But anyway,
Google's right there, man.
You know what?
His fingers don't work that quick.
No, they don't.
Oh.
And 29 palms. There it is. 20. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
How come
I know
there's 29?
exactly who that is.
Yeah, but let me ask you this: why is there 29 palms and not 30?
Because when the Spanish founded the town, there were 29 palm trees there.
Mm-hmm.
Also, fun fact. That's where the Coachella Festival was up until the 90s, and that's why Robert Plant has an entire album dedicated to 29 palms. Yeah.
I did not know that one.
Yes, put that in your brain. How's it hurt? I know Nick Dunn. I know exactly who you are. Friggin' just didn't recognize the username at first. What's up?
House shop there. Yeah. Okay. Other than the fact that this is the trip appreciation show, the Writer's Showcase, don't forget to like and share. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments of the chat. Where I don't even know where I was going with that. But anyway, Jennifer, what is it you like to read? What genres you like to read?
I read a lot of romance because I'm a pervert. I like a lot of spice.
Hell yeah.
I'm just gonna be straight up honest. I like fantasy. I like high fantasy. I mean, it is what it is. So
it is what it
Werewolves, you say?
Werewolves.
Hey, number one selling genre for a reason.
All the things.
Is that right?
I used to read a lot of horror when I was a kid, so it's kind of
She
funny
did.
that I switched over. Yep, Dean Koontz, some Anne Rice, because she did have some pretty cool stuff, back in the day, and Stephen King, obviously. So, and then I switched over to romance like a little perv, stealing my grandma's romance books, hiding in the back. Sorry.
I'm just not used to hearing this so many times in a single show. But,
I was a curious child. There you go. I was
a curious little monkey when I was young, just like my boy George.
I'm gonna hide behind my cup.
Yeah. And fantasy, we'll go back to fantasy, romantasy,
Romantasy, that's what it's called.
Yeah, and that's what I write, romantasy and romance.
That's what you write.
So, yeah, and if you're curious,
Give Ryan an
read those
education
too.
on that word.
Yeah, no, I've learned a lot about romantasy in the last several weeks with all the guests I've had on the And I Quote show for the last several weeks. So go check out our interviews with all the Jennifer D. Torthis, the Cindy Brex, and Rebecca Parcha is another one. So feel free to look up her interview. That was quite good.
Yeah.
Free plugs.
Awesome sauce.
It is, isn't it? Gee whiz. I think. Did we get to everybody on what? Or no, it's Cindy. I think it was you, right?
Yeah.
What genres do you like to read?
I'm eclectic on my likes. I truly am. I love historical romance books. I'm definitely up the romantasy end of things.
Mhm.
I do like mystery. I aim more towards the high stakes and aspect, the plot. I don't really get into the sex end of things, but I definitely like good chemistry, good solid chemistry between the male and the female characters. I really do. So, but truthfully, the books I like to read, Sarah Moss, Victoria Aveyard. I am a Twilight fan. I have to admit that.
Very few people are willing to admit that on national television. So,
well, I thought you liked it too. I remember something about you told me in the green room that you liked it. That was a confession of yours. I know that, Ryan. I know that.
No, you misinterpreted what I said. No. Let me clear this up.
I think I pulled out a book on Narnia and stuff like that, and we talked about
Narnia.
I know, but I could have sworn you really said that you really liked Twilight.
No, but let me set the record straight for the 3.5 people who are watching the show and who are very curious about what my likes and dislikes are in this world. So my friends and I went out to see the first Twilight movie when it first had come out in theaters. We did go to the theater because I wanted to know what all the hype was about at this time. And we go to the theater, I watched the movie, and as soon as the movie was over 2.5, 3 hours later, because it was a long movie, I looked at my friends and I thought, okay, I could kind of see where the hype is coming from, but it's just, in the words of my good friend Randy Jackson, it's a no for me, dog. So no, I didn't like it all that much, and especially when the guy turns to the girl and says, "You better hold on tight, Spider Monkey." I'm like, that is not a pickup line that you use when you're trying to date a woman. Okay, that's just not a pickup line that's gonna work. So anyway,
you sure about that?
I mean, if you say it with enough confidence,
Ryan's going to go out on his next date and say,
No, I'm not going to say that to her. I'm not going to say that to her. You know what I am going to say? I'm going to say, hey, I hope you're enjoying this convention because let me see, what is the line that I would say? I'm trying to think. Oh gosh, now you got me on the spot.
Hop on, Spider Monkey.
No.
Well, while you're thinking about that, like I kind of have a love-hate relationship with sex in books. And my books, they do have a lot of sex in them, which, you write them and you're like, oh, okay, all right, hot. But then you go to do the audiobooks and then it just becomes a completely different monster. Cause like mine are like fully casted. I got voice actors doing, the different
voice
characters.
Actors,
yeah. And one of them, Hollis, plays one of the main characters in one of the books, and there's a sex scene with her in it. And she sends it to me, and I'm like, I have to rewrite this book and make this character a nun. I mean, great job. But it was like, I wrote what? Oh,
you did write that.
I'm going to hell.
I voice acted that friendship, but also
I love you too, Hollis.
Yeah. Just like no eye contact during the.
Yeah. It was like this chick has strep throat. Why are you writing a sex scene with a chick who has strep throat? What the fuck is
that? Ryan just rubbing his head.
Check out
this is like Picard and Riker double face palm right now.
Yeah,
honestly, and
we had fun though.
I'm sure you did. Don't get me wrong.
I got to scream and cry a lot, not just during the sexy scenes. As that character.
Yeah, she did a great job. Like all around character. She's there for that character's there for 3 books, and she's
3 books.
One of the main characters for him. So.
3 or 4. I don't know.
Three.
Okay. I mean, you're the author. You would know. I know because I voiced other characters. I forget how many.
Yeah, but that one character that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Was a very dynamic character, and by the end of the audiobooks, like, I kind of feel sad for this person that makes people wish that it was Cersei instead, because Cersei would be less evil than this bitch.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
All right, reason number 562: never do a show where Hollis, Tripp are in the same room at the same time. Okay.
Or do all of your shows where Hollis,
do any of them really? I don't think I'm going to invite Hollis or Tripp.
We haven't gone off on historical tangents.
I like historical tangents.
Or that, yeah. No, I'm trying. This wouldn't work, but in a world where everyone knows the language of animated films from the studio, I would say to the person I'm interested in, we could get out of the palace, see the world, you know? And I mean, is it? And then she would look at me and say, "Wait a minute, is this even going to be like the trip we're about to go on? Is it even going to be like safe with all the roads or whatever else is going on?" And I would say to her, "Sure. Do you trust me? What? Do you trust me?" And then boom, you get the song, you get the epic song play, you get the epic song playing in the background with a whole new world. I'm like, okay, we're good, we got this. So it's all good. It's all good. Or I could just serenade her with my singing voice and sing the song to her. That's fine too, because I don't know if anyone knew this or not, but I do have a pretty good singing voice when it comes to karaoke. So
prove it.
We're not going to do it. Well, I'm not going to do it in front of all you people right now. We're going to save it for another show. But by the way, Nick says, "Who doesn't love a good historical tangent?" Okay.
Right, you are.
I will prove it to you in due time, Cindy. In due time. It's just not going to happen right now.
Well, I was only following Trip.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you said you could do it. I was just weird.
I can do it. I'm just not going to do it right now. I mean, Jeannie, I need help. Right, Sparky, here's the deal. If you want to court the little lady, you got to be a straight shooter. Do you got it? What? Tell her the truth. You know, it's my favorite Disney movie of all time. Of course, I'm going to know these lines. But still, for anyone's wondering, this is the Writer's Showcase brought to you by Insanity. Don't forget to like and share with your close. Exactly. Thank you. Don't forget to like and share with your close friends. Exactly. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments. Let us know in the chat. If anyone else needs therapy, let us know. We'll send you the bill. Hollis, how do you interact with your fans? Do you do it more so on social media, or do you do it more so in person, or what do you prefer?
Both, honestly. I kind of prefer in person because then I actually get to like vibe and chat and like share the excitement a little bit. When you're online and you're just responding to a comment, it's hard to feel that energy and, you know, have the conversation really develop. But yeah, I'm actually going to be at Con Possible this coming weekend, February 6th through 8th in Duluth, Georgia. So come to the convention and I'll be right there. And yeah, I do a lot of conventions and events and things like that because I love to meet people who read stuff. And then they also have excellent recommendations for me because I also love to read.
So all you got to do is take a look. It's in a book. Anyway,
yeah.
Great show, great host. Had the pleasure of meeting him too. He was a great person to talk to about that great show. He really was. He actually signed my childhood book that had Reading Rainbow insignia written all over it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dead serious. I've had it since I was just a wee. I had it since I was a wee lad, and I walked up to him and I said, "LeVar, I've had this book for X amount of years, and my favorite episode of the series of what I saw was the one featuring trains because my dad took me to the train museums. He took me to see all these different kinds of trains as a little boy, and we had the train garden in our house during the holiday season for anybody who's wondering. And would you mind signing this?" And he's like, "Absolutely." So he writes in the book, "To Ryan, peace and blessings, LeVar Burton."
That's really nice.
And you didn't go the Troy route of, "I only wanted a picture. You can't disappoint a picture." To quote something.
Hollis, if it makes you feel any better, we did get a selfie together. It's on my social media. You can find it.
Yeah.
So it's there. He is a nice man. So well done, LeVar Burton. Well done. I'm just saying. What about you, Trip? How do you interact with your millions and millions of adoring fans?
It's kind of all over the place with that. Most of it's social media. But it's been fun over the last few years just because of, I mean, obviously, all the social media stuff, Hollis said, I'm going to double down on that. But then also, with the way I've been doing my audiobooks, with, the different characters being voiced by different people, I crowdsourced that. So most of those voice actors are fans of the books. And through that, we get to have actual like phone call or FaceTime conversations through stuff. So like regular fans, like, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" Social media. If you text me, I'll text you back. Like if you send me a meme, I'm just going to like it. I'm not going to talk to you about it, but like you send me words, I will have a conversation with you. But it's also been fun growing up to where it's been like, "Hey, listen, if you're like actually like a super fan of this, and you want to be part of it, and you want to be a voice actor in the stuff, then like you and me, we talk, we hang out, or at least in some type of digital space." And it's been very fun having fans become friends over the years. It's been neat. Hollis is case in point on that.
Oh, hey, you're my favorite author friend. I will say that. You're
my favorite author friend. Don't tell Michelle Packer or Damian Martin.
I won't.
Because they will stab me. And
yeah.
Damien's Irish, so he might car bomb my house.
Look, the Irish. Okay.
I'm Italian Scottish. What do you think I'm gonna do?
Really? Let me ask you this. If this were to happen, Hollis, would you drop a Ramirez quote on him and say there can be only one? See what I did there? Mm-hmm.
I do know how to sword fight.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know how to throw rocks.
Yeah.
So, joke's on you.
Well, here's the thing, Trip. Here's a fun fact for you about myself. Every year I went trick-or-treating for Halloween, I got a rock. So anyway, that because people didn't like me. But Jennifer, I'm just curious.
I got a ran.
Whatever, Russ. Whatever. Jennifer, how do you interact with your millions of adoring fans out there?
Lately, especially last year, I'm just starting to go back into, because I usually take a couple months off and then I do my book events and Comic Cons. And last year at the Comic Cons, I had quite a few people approach me because I do a lot of social media, to advertise my books or promote. And so that's really cool. And I get to chat with them about my books, about books they're reading, about books I'm reading, and just whatever. So I enjoy it. I like it. It's nice.
Awesome sauce. Definitely so. What about you, Cindy? How do you interact with your 2.5 million fans?
Hey, I just did my debut novel last year, so the second one is coming out here in a few months. Actually, I do it on the internet, but more so direct. I went to 34 events last year. Ooh. And I've got quite a few this year, except this year I'm actually working with a group and we're hosting Indie Artisan Festival. Oh. And so that's taking a lot of my time. And it happens to be at the actual historical setting that my husband and I used to own. And it's the setting of my book, Story World. So I anchor all my books into history.
What's the event?
It's actually an artisan book festival, indie author artisan book festival. So we'll have probably about 40 authors and maybe 10 artisans, somewhere along there.
Okay, well, no, I'm like, what's the title of the event? Where can people?
It's Keister Watermill Indie Author and Artisan Festival. So it's September 26th and 7th this year in Ohio.
Oh, nice.
The great state
and
of
the fun
Ohio.
thing is the information goes out this week. So, yeah.
Hollis, you want to grab yourself a seat at that table.
Okay. We'll see. Ohio's a little far, but I'll see what I can do.
Ohio's a hop and a skip away from Georgia. What are you talking about?
Hey, it's about an 11-hour drive.
It's definitely a cute drive.
I'm kidding.
If you don't know how to drive, you can do that in 6 hours. Come on.
Clearly.
And with all the snow that we've got, you're not making it here anytime soon.
That's what drive is for.
Unfortunately, I think like 99% of this country has been hit with very bad winter storms / blizzards / ice storms, and I'm sorry to hear about all that because in our neck of the woods in the Northeast United States in Maryland, we dug ourselves out. It took us a while, but we did, and unfortunately I missed 2 days of work because of it, but it's okay. I got back. I was able to get back on the horse and get working again, and the convention that was supposed to be held this weekend is still being held. What's up, Far Point in Towson, Maryland? Hello, guys. And I was just on a panel there earlier today, and it was fun. And I caught up with some good friends of mine too, who are authors. So there's nothing wrong with that, especially in the midst of a winter storm, the likes of which we haven't seen in 10 years. So
wow, so everybody got hit this year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's snowing in Georgia right now.
You guys are getting hit in the deep south. Yeah, everyone's getting hit.
Yeah.
It's crazy because we don't ever get snow, so it was crazy for us.
My friend who lives in I can't pronounce it right. Is it Texarkana?
Texarkana.
Texarkana. I'm horrible at this, but
that's okay.
He says to me, "We're not prepared for this. We never are. And when the storm hits, everything freezes over. We lose power. We lose this, that, and the other." And he looks out his window. He sent us pictures because we're in a writers' Discord together as a family, as a writers' community. And he says, "Hey guys, this is what's going on where it is right now. It's very bad. It's icy. Power's out. We've lost this. We've lost that. All kinds of crazy things are going on because Texas just isn't this." It doesn't happen all that often, so that's why we're not prepared for it. And when we're not prepared, bad things happen. And I looked at it and I thought, man, I feel bad for him, his wife, and the kid. But they're hanging in there. And I think they got their power back on not too long ago. So they're slowly but surely getting back in the what do you call it, swing of things, I would say.
Swing, yeah.
But hey, and Grayson said to me, it's giving me time to write, in the midst of this storm. Like, well, when you're snowed in with nowhere to go, and because it's Friday, we ain't got no job, and we ain't got nothing to do. So it's like just sit at your computer and knock out a novella, which you can write one in a depending on how your focus is, of course, because everybody has different schedules and different ways about their writing process. I mean, for me, I'm trying to write a 15,000 word novella that I've never done before, and it's a bit of a I've been kind of off base with it because of the winter storm and everything else has been going on. Like, my brain hasn't been able to fully focus on it. But the good news is, it's giving, during the midst of this snowstorm that we've been in the middle of, it's giving me time to sit down and crack away at my TBR. Thank goodness.
Hey, that's good.
Because reading by a virtual or real life fireplace is heaven for me. So
I agree.
Absolutely.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I will take a nice cup of fireplace and a good book, and my life will be grand.
Yeah.
So
I did want to add to that question, if you don't mind me sharing, Ryan.
No, I do mind, but I'll let it slide. No.
Well, this is the writing showcase.
No, Cindy, we're all friends here. Go ahead.
I know.
You have the floor.
I do want to add, I think about where I connect with my readers.
Mm-hmm.
It's on also not just a location, like events or something, but it could be that setting, or it could be just the conversation that we have. But I hope my future is looking at bringing these people to the actual historical place, the Keister Watermill, and then engaging with them there, because all my books take place there. And then we could connect on that level, talk about it, and they could actually, like in Twilight, where they work out of Forks. I had to put this plug in there, Forks, Washington. You could actually physically go there. Well, you could come to Worcester, Ohio, and check out the Keister Watermill. They're expecting 20 to 30,000 possibly people there throughout the year once the doors open. And I mean, I'll get to meet so many fantastic people, because I'm planning on doing the tours at the mill and stuff from the new owners. So that is where, and that's how I like to direct with people, face to face, and talking with them about their loves and my loves and stuff like that. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Did you say Worcester, Ohio?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I lived in Massillon for a few years.
Are you serious?
Really?
Yeah.
You are that was like a stone's throw away. Yeah. I mean, seriously. No, probably 30 minutes max.
Wow.
Well, I mean,
depending
on how you are. Apparently, if Hollis or Ryan are driving, it's 30 minutes, but it's fine. I'll give it a
You're driving 4.5. It's fine.
Okay.
Who do you think I am? Who's got a heavy foot or something?
It's me. It's an hour because I drive like an old lady. So yeah.
I can't imagine you leaving Ohio. I mean, I can't imagine a better place to live.
I don't want to get political about it, so I won't. But no. It was as a teenager.
Okay.
Baseline.
I've lived in California, Arizona, Maryland, and Ohio. By far is where I love it.
Yeah, no, I've lived in every state on the eastern seaboard.
Have you? So you lived in Maryland, where I'm from?
Well, I don't know where at, but like around the Arundel Mills area, yeah.
Okay. I'm
and then also California and Japan and some other places. So
I'm trying to think. I think Arundel Mills from me is like 30-40 minutes away, brother.
Yeah.
So
about ish. The DC.
I was originally because I was in Towson. So
okay.
Yeah. So there you go. There's another true Hollywood story for you. Geez, all these things about maps. We got plans to visit plenty of places, and hopefully we can get a chance to go out to that event that you just described to us, Cindy, and sell our books, sell our stories, talk to some writers, maybe even network with some people.
I think networking is very important.
Extremely, very, very extremely. And with that being said, to keep things on the rails, if we could for more than 2 consecutive seconds in our career, no, don't shut me up. Did I come over there and rip your freaking lights down? Anyway, that's a Christian Bale rant that nobody remembers. Jennifer, favorite character or characters you've written thus far?
It's always going to be Adele and Adele Wolf. I just wrote my second book. It's with the editor right now, and I just love Adele. She's been through so much. She's had such a kind of a rough start, but she's really character built a lot through her story, and she's just awesome. I love Adele. So, she's a fighter. She's a witch. Of course, it's paranormal. Of course, it's spice. Friends to lovers.
She sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
If I were you, Hollis, I'd pick up a copy of her book.
The second one's coming. So
hey, I'll put it in. Yeah.
Because one book is good, right, Hollis? But these days, Hollis, you gotta make a sequel.
Well, a lot of the authors, a lot of the readers kept bugging me too. There's like, where's the second one? What the heck? You left it on a cliffhanger. What's going on? So I was like, fine, calm down. Even at the Comic-Con this last time, they were just asking me, I read that first book and I really liked it, but there's not a second one. You haven't talked about it. Your newsletter hasn't said anything. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'll work on it. Yeah. It made me feel good though. So.
Gee whiz. I don't know how to pronounce this individual's name, but Ziradu says, I was born in Maryland. Hey, cool. What's up?
Hey.
For me anyway, it's go Tigers. But for people who live in Maryland in the general sense, it's go Terrapins, go Terps. Like, yeah, whatever, Russ, whatever. There's more than one team in Maryland, okay, guys? There's more than one team. It's not just about the Terrapins.
Is there?
Throwing that out there. No, there is. Considering the fact that I've lived there for 99% of I'm just saying, considering the fact that I've lived in Maryland for 99% of my life, not counting the year that I was living in Greensboro, North Carolina at one point.
Clems.
Yeah, which is a nice area, by the way. Let me see. What was I going with? I have no idea where I was going with that. But anyway, Cindy, favorite characters you've written so far?
Definitely, like she said about her character, Adele, I absolutely love Callie. I have to say, like Gramps, but Callie through and through. I connect with her, and I love the overall character arc she has from book 1 all the way into book 3, which I do have done and all. And I'm working on the research for book 4 right now. But I absolutely love the legend sleuthing that Callie has to go through, the power struggles, the dysfunction she has learning her skills and everything. I like the journey I get to explore through her eyes. So.
Fascinating. Really good stuff. What about you, Trev? Favorite characters you've written thus far?
It's a tie between two of them. And one of them would be a character named Margaret Vickers, who's in my Smoke with Fairy Tales series. And it's kind of funny because she wasn't ever really supposed to be like a big character. Like she's in, I think 6 or 8 of the books, but she started off in the first book as just like one of the random Marines in a platoon, and she's only really there to get wounded so other people can be like, oh look, Vickers is wounded. But by the end of that book, she didn't die. So and the book after that, she's still there off virtue of not dying in the last one, and she's got like 2 lines and is described as standing around. But the book after that, she slowly comes up to like being the first mate of a pirate ship. And then in the 3 books after that, she is never the actual main character, but she's like side by side with the main character. And she grew up into that, doing all the, stuff that, the other characters are fucking doing. But I really enjoyed her because she's a bad bitch. But also, like, she's kind of an accident character where it was like, I need a name for someone to get wounded in this scene. Vickers sounds good. And then she just evolved into being what she was. And then the other one that's a close with that is a character named Olivia Argenti from my book, The Litany of Vice. And the reason I like her is because in all my other books, when you first meet my main characters, they're not children. They're, in their 20s for the most part, but they're friggin' idiots so that they have room to grow. And so character development can be a thing. But with Olivia, she's a fighter pilot. And when you meet her, she's, a confident individual who is really good at her job. And her character development doesn't go from being idiot to being smart as much as she's already a complete person, but we're just going to throw her through so much friggin' crap that's going to break literally anybody, no matter what your fortitude is. And then instead of letting her survive it, I mean, I don't like kill her, but like I kill her emotionally and then drag her kicking and screaming it through the whole time. But it was fun trying to stay in her head and keep her sane through it, which I didn't let her stay sane for most of it. But, you know, I let her come back. But like, I really, really loved that character while I was writing her.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. What about you? What about you?
I love her too. Actually, I'm going to say that. Yeah.
What?
I do. I enjoy a journey. I enjoy that. Yeah.
Spoilers. What about you, Hollis? Favorite characters you've written so far? Even though you've written how many books now? Like 30,000 of these things?
6. Hey, Tripp's written more and published than I have. Yeah, I'll be on.
I have yours, Hollis, so I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Hey. No, but you wrote a 12-book series and you've published 2 others since then. So 14.
Yeah, but I have like 4 copies of most of your books because someone wants to make a new cover every 6 months.
Why is that? I don't understand that.
I'm trying to support my authors.
That's right.
Right, Hollis? I'm trying to support the authors I like.
That's how we do it.
That and the bookshelf's got to match. So like they have to.
Obviously. For my favorite character, I honestly have a really difficult time with it because I love all of my characters, not equally, but I do love them all. But I think the consistent answer is Jeeve, who in the pronunciation guide, he is one of the reasons I have a pronunciation guide. His name is spelled G-I-E-V, but it's pronounced Jeeve, like the city of Kiev. You know, like they do say Kiev in some languages, but anyway, yeah, I love him. He is absolutely, he's funny, he's quirky, he's got his you know, he's got his powers and all that other stuff, but he's also just like that character that chaotic good, if you want to put a role-playing alignment to it, and he'll just take care of things. He's kind of the guy who comes in, he's like, all right, I'll help, and then he kind of solves the issue, which is nice. a lot of Jeeve is, his personality is very strongly based on my brother, who he's one of my very best friends in addition to being my brother, and so yeah, like it's super fun to write Jeeve.
That'd be all, Jeeves. No time for cocktails. No,
I have an addendum to that. Like,
yeah, sure.
A 2-pointer. Hollis,
a 2-pointer, yeah.
You only liked Olivia because she was Italian.
That is valid. Valid.
And B, when did Jeeve take over Jocelyn?
Jocelyn.
You spelled it with a J. I'm not smart. Come on, Hollis.
Well, you know that Jocelyn is just the Spanish version of Jocelyn, which is pronounced Jocelyn because
that's why my characters are Yasmin.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm here with you, but like at the same time.
But no, I know she's your favorite, and I appreciate that, and I do enjoy writing her, and she has a very cool arc, as you know. But,
and for anybody that wants to know what we're talking about, you should probably go read Hollis's book to know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I just got this care package like less than 2 weeks ago, and I've been going through a crisis with the house, and I haven't any heat, so it's kind of like
the excuses.
Yeah. What do you need sleep for anyway? God.
as Hollis likes to tell me every so often, she's like, "You have plenty of time to sleep when you're dead."
Yeah. That's valid.
It
Sure,
valid.
Death might come a little sooner if you don't sleep, but whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
You guys have fun.
I just had a wild idea come into my head.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Oh dear.
No, I absolutely love it. I love it. I think
ahead.
Hollis and Tripp need to write a book together.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be chaos.
Let's co-write a book. Yeah.
Well, I think you guys seriously should.
That would be nothing but sex and violence, and people would read like, "Where's the plot?" And it's like, you don't need a plot.
Do not forget the vulgarities. That will be the core of our
Hollis,
story.
we're not allowed to fucking swear on this show.
Oh my goodness. Wowza.
Well, frack.
Killed that.
Crackers.
In the words of the CW underrated television series The 100, go float yourself.
And I can actually see
not as soon as we get off the show.
banter
Come on.
between you two. And I can see the dialogue exchange.
You know, every
And I can see the peaks. I mean, I seriously can see it.
every Han needs a Chewie, every Chewie needs a Leia. So it's like, you know what, this works
Yeah.
just really well.
Well, and Tripp and I have done several episodes of his podcast together. So if you would like to see us just derail into oblivion for 3 hours, which the episode's being that long.
Your shows are 3 hours.
No, no, my shows are an hour.
Golly,
but, for some reason, Hollis and I just. So
we just keep going. Except for that one time where my gallbladder was killing me and I was in like a whole bunch of pain. Then we only did like an hour. But it was, because I couldn't breathe properly.
No, but there was also another time where we talked for an hour and a half just about Etruscan statues.
Yeah.
Not Etruscans, not art, not statues. Etruscan statues.
Yeah. That was
specifically.
A conversation. That was an episode. Ooh, and Socrates in his military service and how certain people didn't think he talked too much, shall we say.
Yeah. Like, hey, I want to bang. But do you really want to bang? It's like, bro, just let me talk you. Just let me seduce you. But why do you want to seduce me?
You know what? You're not cool anymore. You're not even hot. I'm gonna go.
Allison Tripp, please stop trying to seduce the audience into believing that this show is actually worth watching. That
sounds like the exact opposite of what you want.
Yeah. Exactly. But in case anyone's wondering, this is the Writer Showcase hosted by both Tripp and Hollis Joe McCollum on NICore channel. Don't forget to like and share.
We're never getting invited back.
Normalcy or something that doesn't involve insanity, please. For the defense attorneys, let us know in the comments. Let us know in the chat. If you're watching us live, we're on Memorex. Thank you so much for putting up with this insanity. Honestly, where do we even go from here with that?
Look, and Jennifer and I are the same ones, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't even know. I'm just gonna keep my crazy to myself.
Here's the thing. Jennifer hasn't acted sane in 30 years that I've known her, so I don't think it's ever coming back. And by the way, Zyradu says, I'm enjoying this show. Well, hey, at least 1.5 of you are doing so. That's great.
Yeah.
That's what you're enjoying.
A friend of mine would go like this.
Thank you, Nick.
Exactly. Yeah. I think it's Nick just using a different alias. Mm-hmm. But in your mind, Jennifer, what are some of the rewards about being a writer?
Oh, I just love it. I love writing stories. These characters are in your brain and they're real to you, and you just get to write their story, their adventure, their plot twist, which is their life, whatever's happening that's kind of crazy in their life. And hopefully at the end you can make it a happily ever after sometimes. So I also write sci-fi, so I like a lot of the post-apocalyptic stuff too. So it's a little bit, romantic-y, fantasy, sci-fi. So yeah, I just love it though. I enjoy it.
Mixture of everything. What about you, Cindy? What rewards come with being a writer?
I think there's a lot of rewards that become with being a writer. I think first of all is getting to meet new readers, people that find an interest in what I write. But what I really love is I jokingly say this, but I'm a legend sleuth. I like to get down into the nitty-gritty of history and myths, and uncovering the secrets and then twisting them and putting them in my story worlds. And I love using Greek and mythology and everything and kind of like bringing two worlds together, which is what I do in my book series. But there's lots of rewards, but I would definitely say it's the connection between meeting people and then the unfolding events and the level of exploration I get to encounter when I do write my story world. It's new. Every morning I wake up and I get to sit in my chair, in my desk, and write something that is unbelievable and opening up doors for insight and ideas and perspectives that are different for people. I mean, people learn from books, but not just that, but they can escape into a world that draws something else out, makes them understand a different perspective. And I think there's a reward in that.
That was brilliant. We're going to end the show right there. That's the best high note we're going to have all night. Because Lord knows,
hair flip.
The whole gosh darn thing and turn it into something that it's not. But for argument's sake, Hollis, what are some of the rewards about being a writer from your perspective?
Well, honestly, I would echo what Cindy said in large part, and what Jennifer said, quite frankly. But I do
off other people's paper.
Yeah, well, I did. I did.
It's
Just
true.
it's fine. Don't you know about Italians? we are not afraid to take some liberties. But it's also, I think, it spins the creative wheel more aggressively, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Because before I really dedicated to writing and to like, there's something about deciding to do that all of a sudden it just, the ideas spin more and it's really cool. And I really, really appreciate how changing your mindset about what you're doing can just change the whole outcome of things. So yeah, I mean, just the whole creative process in general, it's my favorite.
Even though you cheated off other people's papers, but okay.
Yeah. I do what I need to do. Yeah.
It's all good. What about you? It's all good. What about you, Trip? What are the rewards about being a writer from your perspective? And please don't copy off your classmates' paper.
I like the experience of what I'm going to call the literary magic. And what I mean by that is I hallucinate and have daydreams and type it up. And then someone else across the planet, years later can read it and understand what I'm saying and completely identify with it. And one of the things that like really, like made me kind of like, I'm going to pretend like I'm not a complete monster and like say heart melt for a minute. But like, even though I do write in sci-fi or in the sci-fi setting, I am writing stories about like real people and real characters and stuff. And I've had several instances where something would happen where somebody would send me an email or a text message or Facebook DM or whatever, saying, "Hey, listen, I read your book, really loved it. It really hit me with this, that, or whatever." And then I had my dad read it, and then my dad did 2 or 3 tours in Vietnam, never said a word about it, and then read your book. And now he's talking to the family about stuff that happened to him in the war, and it's like, oh. I did not write this with the intent of opening people up like tin cans, but glad it's bringing people together.
It's beautiful.
Wow.
It is. That's really good.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really
something else, man. That's something else, man. Seriously. I mean, they're sending me to Vietnam. It's this whole other country.
Hey, fun fact on that. Did you know how there's that meme about like Fortunate Son and like every Vietnam movie ever when they're sitting in the helicopters, Fortunate Son's playing?
Right.
Forrest Gump is the only movie that happens in.
What?
Really?
Yeah, it's the only one.
I watch that every time that comes on TV. I
also,
like
fun fact about Forrest Gump is it was a lot of it was filmed on Paris Island, where I used to live.
Really?
Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah, Marine Corps base off of the coast of South Carolina, and they were filming while I lived there. So I actually have seen Robin Wright entering the commissary with her child.
That's very cool. Yeah,
cool. We back in the day we had a whole bunch of boats, 12 jennies. We even had hats that said Bubba Gump on them. Bubba Gump shrimp. Hit the house.
Mostly those scenes. Those were the ones, the Bubba, because that's the marsh and the shrimping. That's Paris Island right there.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Other thing on that
kind of movies, because I grew up watching that movie constantly on VHS as a kid, Hollis.
Other thing that's kind of neat.
A lot of it was filmed, like the scenes of his childhood home where somewhere, I think that was in Beaufort, Georgia. I don't know. I'm not sure where the main was, but
house, right?
The house with moss and all that. Yeah, that was all like a lot of it was filmed Paris Island, South Carolina. And what is the Prince of Tides, that Nick Nolte movie? That was also filmed Paris Island. Definitely different context, but yes, also in different time.
Well, in that vein, Zadario said he went to summer camp there in 2006. You weren't there. Yes. You didn't go there in November of 2006 like I did you? But also in that same vein, did you know that all of Full Metal Jacket was shot in London?
No,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that is very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they like they imported palm trees and like went to a I think it was a chemical not a chemical weapons, but like a chemical factory that like was getting deconstructed, and they got permission to shoot there halfway through the facility being deconstructed. So like construction crews had already, demolished half the place. I'm like, no, that's perfect. Leave it there. Let's bring in some palm trees and we'll pretend it's Vietnam.
Hey, they're filming a movie like 20 miles from me right now in Denton, Texas. I don't know if y'all know anything about Denton, but we have like a big courthouse. It's real beautiful and stuff. And I saw Michelle Pfeiffer. I was like, cool. That's so cool. Yeah. You can't get over there at all. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty neat. Yeah.
Cool.
So you never know. Yeah, you
and
never know. I think it's like a Yellowstone spin-off.
Graduating. My dad actually designed that parade deck you marched on.
Is that right?
Yep. My dad is an engineer. He was an engineer for the U.S. Navy, and he designed the parade deck on Paris Island.
Nice.
What? Wow.
Cool. Nice. Now if I ever meet your dad, I have to hit him, but he'll understand why.
Yeah, he'll be fine with it. He also designed.
I mean, he can hit me back.
He also designed the collapsible bridges off the back of the trucks that like unfold and refold. He did that too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that was him.
Good engineer. He's very good.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
very cool.
In the words of that property that Trip and I like to talk about every so often, impressive. Most impressive. I mean, seriously, that's money right there. That's money.
They were my parents were also at the premiere of the original 1977 Star Wars film on opening night, and my mother was like 7 months pregnant, but they waited in line.
And then also to piggyback off that, Ryan, I know that you like the joke that Trip and Hollis are hijacking your podcast.
Yeah, I think you are.
We are altering the deal.
Yeah.
Pray we alter it no further.
This deal is going to be worse over time.
I come from some pretty cool nerds.
Homer Simpson. Nerd. You got it. Oh, gosh, we can quote this all night. But still, no, that's great. Great history there about certain films and locations that were shot or filmed at. That's really good stuff. Some of this stuff I didn't know because I mean, early when we were younger and we had this thing called time, because when we get older, there's only so many hours in a day. I would watch the behind the scenes footage of all the DVDs that I had when I was younger. So I would watch the behind the scenes of Forrest Gump, this and all this other stuff. But it's been so long since I've seen these documentaries, Hollis, that I just don't remember it. So it's fun to learn this stuff because and it's funny too, because the person we're going to be meeting up with tomorrow at the convention said to me, one of the things I took in college, I studied about film and how the sets were made or how practical effects were pieced together or how they made the miniatures or the models when Star Wars was being filmed. And I was like, interesting. So, it's just cool that certain individuals want to learn all the behind the scenes stuff about how these things come to fruition. Yeah. At least in my opinion, I think it's fast. There are a lot of documentaries that you can find on YouTube by now because people have ripped the special features from DVDs and they've just posted them on YouTube for people to watch, right? So, I can look up the making of The Empire Strikes Back right now. I could probably just watch the whole gosh darn thing.
Yeah. No, I'm getting some like fun behind the scenes stuff right now. I can't go into detail on it, but my books right now are being shopped for a TV deal, and my producer keeps sending me pictures of behind the scenes stuff that's happening.
How exciting!
Current projects.
Congratulations!
And I'm like, thank you, but I'm like, can I share this? And he's like, no. I'm like,
NDA.
Like,
I hate you so much. I love you, but I hate. That is so cool. Stop sending me this. I want to talk about it. But
You're like, I can only show my wife so many times.
Yeah, well, I'm getting eased into the behind the scenes stuff, and it's like, let me talk about this. No, but it's fun.
That is very cool.
That is so awesome, though.
Yeah. It's like putting those. It's like putting those secrets in carbonite and saying, "Oh, too easy." Anyway. Sorry. We're stuck in the middle of a winter wonderland, so Empire Strikes Back, Hoth, the whole battle, the whole thing is like on the brain right now, so I'm sorry. But what I'm not sorry about is the fact that you are watching the greatest piece of entertainment since sliced bread, known as the Writer's Showcase on Nandite Quote Channel, hosted by Trip and Hollis, Joe McCollum. Do not forget to like and share, and if you like this video, just make sure you subscribe to this channel because we got a lot more great stuff coming your way within the year of 2026, respectively. With that being said, has everyone gotten a chance to answer the rewards part? Have we gotten the rewards question out of the way? Because I don't even know where I am in the script.
I don't either.
Yeah, that was the last one we did, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure we got a chance to get to that. So, flip side of the coin, though, Cindy, what are some of the challenges with being a writer?
I think there could be lots of challenges. For me, one thing is I have to know what I'm writing about because I like to use real historical locations. So I have to know the history, and whether it's a catacombs in Italy or Egypt, I have to know, how many layers underground it is and how they discovered that and stuff. Because I want to make sure that I'm putting real accurate history in to the storyline. However, weaving in the Theron's information to make sure that it's solid and it has a good foundation. So I think one of the other things was like if you're dyslexic, which you and I have talked about before, that's an issue, too. But I would definitely there's lots of things that you have to work around and stuff like that. But I would definitely say that's one of the difficulties. So for me,
I gotcha. What about you, Trip? Challenges about being a writer?
I think that this is a pretty universal challenge for being a writer, but I do think the hardest part about writing in general is putting your ass in the chair and the pen in your hand and sitting down and writing it, because like you can have all the shower thoughts you want. You could be driving around thinking about, oh my God, this should happen to my characters, but like those go right out your head, and you really just need to put your butt in the chair and the pen in your hand or the keyboard under your fingers and write. And that is the hardest part to do.
I gotcha. What about you, Hollis? Challenges about being a writer?
Right now, I mean, obviously time is a challenge for, I think, everybody, and putting your butt in the chair. But for me personally, writing the blurb, like writing the, 100 word novel, like I'm trying to write the blurb for The Key right now, which is being released March 19th. The book is done. It's designed. It's beautiful. I'm so happy. Cover's done too, except for that back cover part where the blurb goes. That's hard.
I feel you, Hollis, and I'm going to change my answer to marketing.
Oh,
yes, that's what I was going to say.
I just felt a physical blow from that one.
I was going to say we can all agree on that, because and this is the thing too, and I've heard this from other sources as well. They keep telling me, like, keep promoting your story, keep promoting your book, no matter how, even if it's been out for 10 years, doesn't matter. Keep pushing. But every time I do it, and don't get me wrong, I don't mind doing it, but at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, I'm a very small fish in a very big pond. So so how is it? And the problem is, it's a blessing and a curse that it's only getting bigger because there are more independent writers out there. Which, by the way, all power to you, because indie writers are the best people in the world. But I promote my story, and it's just, there's so much more I could be doing to market this short story of mine that I got published last year. But at the same time, I'm trying to focus on writing my first ever novella. So there's only so many things I can do.
Yeah.
And also, I like to keep my mind focused on one thing at a time rather than focusing on like 30,000 things at a time.
The curse of having ADHD. I feel you, buddy.
Yeah, it's not bloody easy, mate. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no.
I have a great idea for something I'm going to write. Squirrels.
Oh,
yeah, exactly. Hi there. Anyway, but yeah, no, it's not easy. It's certainly not easy when it comes to marketing. That is one of the toughest things all of us as writers are going to face when we go into that minefield, as one might say. But what about you, Jennifer? What are some of the challenges about being a writer? And please don't copy off my paper.
I was gonna say promotion, so you stole it out of my brain.
Sorry.
And then also talking about my books on social media, because I do a lot of social media, and you want to try to draw readers in, and so you're talking about the story of your book, but you don't want to tell them everything about your book, and my brain farts constantly, so I'm like, oh, I gotta start over. And you watch other marketers trying to market their book and try to kind of copy what they're doing, but make it your spin on it, and it's hard. It really is. It's hard putting yourself out there, and I try to be silly because sometimes it's that monotone voice makes you just snooze fest, and you want people to stay with you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the promotion is definitely the hardest part for me.
And
talking to people
about your book without revealing, without spoilers, is so hard.
That's another hard thing.
It really is. Yeah.
Without getting into spoilers, it's like,
and they want them to love your character as much as you, and not sound like a weirdo psychopath talking about a fictional character. Yeah. You're like, please love my character.
Fictional character. It's not real.
I love them so much and their story, and you're like, okay, we're leaving now, because I'm talking about book events,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I got this thing called
Walk
the
away
Idiot Switch.
slowly.
Yeah. No, I got this thing called the Idiot Switch, where it's like I got this 1,000,000-word novel series. It's so deep and rich, and there's so much character stuff in it, and I could go on and on and on and on about like why this is awesome. But as soon as you ask me, it's like, it's fun to read.
Yeah, she's a witch. That's all I got. Yeah,
there's
They
an
did
alien.
stuff. It was funny. Someone died.
There's a protagonist, there's an antagonist, there's a rising action, there's a falling action, there's a climax, there's an ending.
Brain
It's called,
farts.
by the way,
Someone got a magic sword.
by the way, it's called the 3-act structure. So just read the book.
Yeah.
There's an act 1 that sets up the story. There's an act 2 where blank happens to the main character, and he or she has to figure out how she's going to overcome it, right? And then you get to the 3rd act where they confront their demon/challenger or opponent, whatever it is, and a showdown happens. Just read the book.
Just read it.
And like, you don't want to sound
Do
like a
it.
jerk about this, but I'm sure all of us could agree on this.
3-act
at
structure.
the same time, though, where it's like, well, why should I read your book? Well, I mean, because I'm the greatest author that's ever lived, and I write the best book that ever been written. Like, no
careful,
shit. Why aren't you
duh.
buying my book? Which I'm sure we can all agree with that.
Yeah.
I tell people my mom loves my books, that my mom thinks I'm great. And that usually kind of, because then they laugh and then they're like, okay, you're fun. I'm like, good, please. Honestly, my mom says I'm great.
It's all that matters.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think there's something to be said if you, with the promotional aspect, and I'm no expert on it by any means. I'm on the learning curve of it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you could love your book and you show people how much you love your book, I think it's easier for them to fall in love with your characters or entice them to want your book, And I think people are enticed by not only the characters, but the mystery behind the story world, why you developed it. I think that's such great, solid information to share about your world that really can draw readers in on the promotional aspect. I know it's difficult, but I think that's important.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
No, that's a valid point. And to kind of piggyback off of that, if I could, Cindy.
You're allowed to give you permission.
Even though this is Tripp and Hollis' show and I just happen to be here, my thought, I'm sorry, I just can't help myself sometimes. But this is something I learned when I went to trade school. And I went to trade school for broadcasting, radio broadcasting, many years ago. And one of the things that my professors taught me was, if you act enthusiastic, you will be enthusiastic.
Yep.
And if you project that at a show or at an event, whatever it is that you're doing, whatever industry that you're in, by the way, if you show that enthusiasm, even if you have to fake it, people are going to buy into that. And they're going to be like, wow, this guy really is jazzed about this song he just played on the radio 2 minutes ago. Or he's jazzed about this book that he just came out with a couple months ago. I should check out that person's book and read it, because look how enthusiastic this person is. If this person is really that hyped up or jacked up, as we say in pro wrestling, then we should, take a chance on this person and read that book, right? Or read that story. Isn't that right? So, if you act enthusiastic, you will be enthusiastic. And the other thing they drilled into our heads at this school, which, by the way, is a great school, Broadcasting Institute of Maryland on Harford Road. What's up, guys? Miss you, love you. They said, if it is to be, it is up to me.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Interesting.
Rhymes.
If it is to be, it is up to me. And I'm like, ooh, okay, we're getting really fancy. We're getting serious here, right?
I love that advice. Okay.
Love a good rhyme.
We put it on, and it rhymes. So I had some really good teachers / professors at the Broadcasting Institute of Maryland. Now, granted, I worked in radio broadcasting for a couple of years, and then unfortunately that career kind of went in a different direction than I originally anticipated. Life threw me a curveball. It happens.
It happens.
And then I went to college and got my degree in electronic media and film with a minor in applied adult disability studies. So landed on my feet and did something with it, because now I'm a award-winning podcaster, at least in my own mind.
That's where it matters.
Yeah. In my own mind, I'm an award-winning podcaster. And I just became a published author last year, so I must be doing something right. I don't know.
Yeah.
I heard they were talking about you on Jupiter too. You got the Jupiter credit.
There was Jupiter 2. There was KO35. There was Tatooine. There was Coruscant. There was Dagobah, even though nobody lives there anymore because Yoda died 30 years ago. Let's see. What was the other one? I'm trying to think. Oh, yeah. They talk about me at Starfleet Academy because, Picard has been talking me up for years.
Wendathu, just everywhere.
Yeah.
No, but it is kind of funny, though, like with that, because, like, I've had I don't want to say a hiccup, just an interesting phenomenon that's been happening. Because like, so, you know, as indie authors, a lot of our marketing is on social media, right? And if you're going to be on social media, you got to talk about yourself a lot. And even if you aren't a narcissist, you kind of have to be a narcissist to do anything on social media, because if you're going to go out there and say, I'm cool, check me out, like, you have to hype that up a lot more than you might do that on the day-to-day, you know, anyway. But it's one of the things that I've kind of thought was funny is I get messages a lot about my first book specifically, because even if it is, you know, science fiction, the first half of that book, it's just about Marines in Iraq. And I get messages a lot where people are like, yeah, I thought this book was nonfiction until the aliens showed up. Like, what's going on here, buddy? I'm like,
did they read the blurb?
Fiction. Say what?
Did they read the blurb?
I don't know how to write a blurb.
I know that's the hardest part, besides promotion. I agree with Hollis. It is hard.
I mean, mine is a short story in an anthology with 15 other writers, so I didn't really need to. I didn't really need to. What do you call it? Write what is known as a description, a synopsis, however you want to describe it. Yeah. Because my short story was like 4 pages, and like 5,000 words at most. So it's like, okay, well, it's in an anthology, so someone else at Veritas Entertainment, great publisher by the way, wrote the blurb. And then one of the owners of Veritas Entertainment, I think his wife did the cover, and I'm just like, what a great team you got going here. Good Lord. So it's like, keep it in-house, y'all. It works. So I don't have to worry about writing a blurb right now. But then again, if I finish this novella and it ends up getting published and it's 15 to 20K, then I'm like, oh, shoot. Now I got to write something that's not just a story. It's an actual synopsis. What the heck am I going to do to describe this fantasy story that I'm attempting to write?
Spoilers. No spoilers either. That's the hardest part.
You can only describe
I can't have spoilers in my blurb.
Yeah, and it has to be engaging. You have to tantalize without spoiling anything.
But none of the cool stuff happens until the last quarter, man.
That's right.
Well, how about this, Trip? How about we borrow a line from the movie trailer announcer guy? In a world where fantasy lives.
Was that like
I was like, oh, that was great. Things like those birthday cards that you can open up and they like talk to you. Like, can we just have that for book blurbs? Like,
ooh, I like that.
Pleading with people to read them.
I remember those. I remember
flashing lights. That's a good idea.
Flashing lights.
Highlighted.
Yeah, writing a blurb is going to be, it's difficult for anybody.
It is. It really is.
Yeah, that's why
we need really cool. You should read it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Hollis's book is about fantasy world this and a D&D campaign that. Why don't you just read Hollis's book?
My mom loves it.
There you go.
My mom loves my own books.
Just lead with that.
Loves it.
Just lead with that.
My mom is so proud of me. You should read this book.
She did, and Tripp bought all of them.
Multiple times, because some jackass wants to keep changing the covers. Hollis,
thank you for your support. God.
I sense hostility.
So much hostility here. I need to alter this.
That's when you know it's true friendship, when there is rage involved.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of, never mind.
Oh no, by all means.
Yeah, no. Now I'm off script. Has everybody answered the question? I don't even remember anymore.
Yeah, we did, and then we got off script again, and then we went
got back on again.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
we're on. We're just waiting for you.
Oh, thanks. Well, if Tripp Hollis would stop hijacking my own television show.
It's become painfully apparent that like this is your circus, but we are not your monkeys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a good description.
What was that hook sentence, that pickup line that you used from Twilight? About monkeys?
It's a pickup line that I'm never going to use. That is for darn.
That's not what you said in the green room.
No, I'm never using it. I'm never using it.
I know you're a Twilight fan.
I am not a Twilight fan at all. I don't know where you're getting your information from, but in the words of my friendly neighborhood Gene Wilder, wrong, miss. Wrong. It's out there, black and white, clear as crystal.
I know you're not truthfully, but it's fun to tease.
Yeah, well, you put words in my mouth. You bumped into the ceiling, which now has to be washed and sterilized, so you get nothing.
Hey,
creative people. Cindy is just showing her creativity.
I have to say, my husband, God bless him, he is the best man in the world. I can almost cry over this, but he doesn't get Twilight. But it's not that Twilight was so great. I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong. In the movies, I'm not all for. I like the story, but my husband actually took the time to get the book endorsed for me, and so I have her signature, Stephanie Meyer, and that is heartfelt.
So, and he built you a desk. That's a good man, right?
He made the desk. He made the desk.
He didn't get a desk. He made the desk.
He's a craftsman. I mean, he's one of the most talented men. He's building an 18-foot overshot water wheel of 56 buckets right now.
Ooh, that's cool.
That's very cool. Yeah.
Yep. I can bring up my husband all the time.
You should send us pictures when this project is fully completed.
Yeah, honestly,
you're coming out.
I love that stuff.
Well, yeah, we are, but at the same time, it wouldn't hurt to send pictures to all the adoring fans out there.
I can do that.
Yeah, just take a picture and then send it to me, and then I will forward it to Hollis and Tripp, and Jennifer will get it. And we'll
it's all over. It's actually the mill was built in 1916, and
that's right.
Like I said, but you can check it out. It's all over the internet.
1916.
1816. It was
1816. Excuse me. 1816. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna have to take a look. Yeah, take a look again at this because you and I were looking at it the last time you were sitting here.
When you were telling me you like Twilight.
Oh my goodness!
Something tells me I'm never gonna live this down.
Real quick, because he's not gonna be honest about this. Is he an Edward or is he a Jacob guy?
Oh God!
I'm telling you, they're all Fae. I don't even know where the whole vampire thing is. They're all Fae. If you sparkle, you're Fae. I read all the books, but there wasn't enough spice for me, and you'll know why. Wink, wink. I'm not gonna say why.
I'm thinking about this, and maybe I shouldn't be because it's the middle of the night. I shouldn't be thinking about these sort of things at this point in time. But I will say, with this being the Writer's Showcase Insanity, don't forget to like and share. If you have any questions that are normalcy, let us know in the comments of the chat. Tripp, what advice would you give to aspiring writers out there outside of the fact that worry about the blurb later?
So what I get from my input from people that want to know like how or what to write the book, their big thing to me is how to write it in the first place. And what I'm going to say is that you cannot polish a turd until you've made a turd first. So what you should do is you should get like either a Word document or a legal pad or a spiral notebook, whatever it is that you want to get your things out on, and you just brain vomit onto the page, right? I don't care if it's typing, I don't care if it's writing. Every thought you have doesn't have to be coherent, doesn't have to make sense. It just has to be the thought you have about this story, and you put it down on the paper and you get it out. It doesn't have to be in any type of narrative form. Just like literally thought comes to your mind, write it down. And like everyone that like wants to write, most people do. The difference between a writer and a non-writer is, you know, who puts their ass in the chair and the pen in their hand and does it. But everyone has a story. So take that story and just shit it out on the fucking paper. And then after you've got all of it out, like you've taken your like weird friggin' like anti-X-Lax pills or whatever, and you've completely emptied your digestive system onto the paper, at that point, you start polishing your turd. But you cannot polish your turd until you take a big fat shit.
That's a heck of a way to say it. Good job. High five.
I mean,
absolute truth.
The boring one of the group.
I like the way you said it. That was pretty catchy.
Definitely direct.
Yeah.
I think it was a little too direct, Cindy. Thanks for noticing. So to kind of, if I can't believe I'm going to say this on national television. I'm going to say it anyway. To piggyback off what Tripp just said. A writer that I follow on social media, and he's actually at the convention where we're at this weekend, Keith R.A. DeCandido said on his social media, your first draft is allowed to suck.
Yeah.
It's not allowed to suck. It's going to suck.
No, it's going because it's going to be the worst. It's going to be, they don't call it a rough draft for no reason. It is bad. It's horrible. Yeah. It's rough, but you got your idea down on paper or digital media, whatever it is. And you had this idea for a story. You wrote it out as best you could. And now it's like, okay, send it to your send it to whoever it is. get your constructive feedback for it, of course, and then do all the edits, and then do it again, and do it again, and do it again, and then once you've got all your editing done, and it's ready to go, depending on who you talk to, who your sources, and all that kind of jazz, because everything comes in steps and everything comes with a process. Just get out in the world and let people read it. If they like it, great. But haters are going to hate. You're going to have a bit of a thick skin. So if they like it, that's great. If they don't like it, doesn't matter, because you wrote it. You started something that you finished, and now it's out in the world for the world to see, and that's all that matters. So if I didn't write the Western that I wrote last year, I wouldn't be in that anthology where it is right now. So, because it is a Western story, yes, just in case anyone's wondering. It's a straight up Western, so saddle up, partner.
Also, real quick, I'll be right back.
Of course, take a commercial break, why don't you? Pay some bills, why don't you? Hollis,
Pay some bills.
Hollis, advice for aspiring writers out there that don't have the words turd, shit, this, that, and the other in it. What do you have?
Oh, I got nothing if I can't include those words.
You can't curse, all right? Keep it family friendly, Hollis. I gave you a direct order.
I have problems with authority, so but now I'm off track in my brain. So obviously you got to write it, but I think that one of the things that I tell people is don't worry about getting stuck, just write things down. And also when you go back, like after that first draft is out, good. But if you don't like it, as like when you go back and reread your own work, you actually have to enjoy rereading your own work. Because if you don't enjoy it, no one's gonna like it. So make sure it's a good story from your perspective. Just because it came out of your brain doesn't mean that you're necessarily gonna like it. So make sure to reread your own work and that you like it, and then make sure if you don't like it or like all of it, you polish it up until you actually enjoy reading it yourself, even though you know everything that happens. And I think that's probably one of the most important things that people don't always realize about writing is like, well, if you don't want to read it, who will?
She's right, What about you, Cindy? Advice you would give to aspiring writers out there?
Never give up. Absolutely never give up. And don't even allow yourself. I mean, the imposter syndrome does set in, and I know it always does, but you got to get a group of people around you that have your back, that could help you, inspire you, and fuel you when you get down. But you need to keep moving. You need to get your butt in the seat, and you need to find a routine, a ritual that helps you establish that routine, that you do stay in that seat. You do get words on the page or on the computer and stuff like that. So that's what I would give the best advice.
Good points. What about you, Jennifer? Advice you would give to aspiring writers out there?
Kind of the same thing, get the story out of your brain.
Off these people's paper.
It's hard to go last.
Get the story out of your brain, but pull out all the stops. Write all the crazy things. Don't worry about what people think. Mm-hmm. And then when you do go back through it, be kind to yourself, because it's going to look like poop, kind of what, what Tripp said, but that's okay, because you're going to edit it and you're going to get other people, betas and stuff like that, and they're going to help you go over it and stuff like that. So just write the story. Get out of your brain.
Mm-hmm. The Woodsworker friends at Nike, just do it.
Just do it, and don't be worried about what people think.
And what
write the crazy.
All y'all said. But don't be afraid to throw it away either. Like I think I've written 2 books that I read. Yeah, I've written. There are 2 books I wrote where I got done with the second or third draft, and then I put it away for a couple months to go look at it with fresh eyes, and looked at it. I was like, oh yeah, there's no saving this. Out, and just pitched the book. You can't be afraid to do that. Like, because if you write something, like, again, your first draft is going to be garbage. Like, I don't care who you are. Like, Stephen King, J.K. Rowling, whoever you want to throw in there, their first drafts are shit. And they'll all admit that. And I'll admit that too. My first drafts are all fucking shit. But there is a point, though, where it's like, there's no salvaging this. You can't be afraid to be like, nah, this ain't going to work. And then dump it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'll happen.
Same goes for just individual chapters too. Like sometimes it's like square peg, round hole. Sorry, like no, not for this book.
I've thrown many of my darlings away, like the chapters or stuff like that, because they didn't kind of fit. I was actually told when I was initially writing the first book, which was Secrets Beneath Scars, in the Theron series, I was told to actually just pitch it, start something new. And I took it to another writer that was outside my genre, but knew the romance genre. And she read it. She was like, okay. She sent me 15 pages of recommendations. I didn't give up. I stuck to it. I applied. I learned more of the craft. And it wasn't until the second book was done, which doesn't come out until this year. But when the second book was done, I had met a gentleman. And long story made short, he ended up becoming my agent. Had I given up on that first book, I wouldn't have landed him on my second book. Now, I'm not a traditional writer anymore because he closed his doors, and his name was Jonas Saul. Great guy. But the one thing I learned from him is you have to carve out your own writing path. Yeah. And you don't give up on the journey. And I am so grateful for the experiences that I had with him. I mean, I can't say enough. I respect Trip with your comments about, you could throw some things away, but I'm so glad I didn't throw that book away. I mean,
you can save it for later too.
Oh yeah, true. Sometimes
and you can recycle ideas, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But like sometimes, like for me, like with one of those books that I threw away, like I kept the plot, and that ended up being my seventh book. But like I threw that book all the way out and started from zero with it, with like a sentence of idea for what this book is going to be about.
Yeah. I was learning who I was at the midst of writing that first book. I was trying to carve out how am I different than other authors. And in that aspect is that I like history so much, and the mystery of history, because like the history, and Ryan and I have talked about this, the story world that I wrote about. I mean, we have giant bones, we have stories and rumors of gold and treasures, we have stories of ghosts in the mill, and so I've gotten the pleasure of utilizing all that history, and it's a modern day world, but lost civilizations are created around this, and it is so fun. But you don't want to lose, or I at least did not want to lose those stories. So yeah, I've thrown out darlings, but I didn't throw that book out, and I'm grateful.
I would also like to add that when you workshop your book around to beta readers or whatever, target people who don't read your genre, because that has been one of my most enlightening things that I've done. Is one of my former coworkers, actually, he's retired now, but before I published To Save a World, my first book, I asked my coworker Greg, who at the time was a 65-year-old man who had never read a fiction book in his life. Not just fantasy, never read fiction. He was all biographies and World War II. And I asked him to read my book, and he loved it. And he said, I'm a fantasy reader now. I had no idea I loved this genre. But his commentary was some of the most valuable feedback I got. And so when I do beta readers, I actually try to target people who don't read fantasy at all, and outside of the age demographic and the target and all that other stuff, because if they like it, then number one, you're doing well, and number two, they give you insights that other regular readers of your genre would never think about, and I absolutely love that feedback.
Yeah,
I would also think that it is important to understand who you're giving it to, and I'm not disagreeing with you, Hollis. I'm agreeing with you, but I'm going the long route on it. I'm going the long route on this.
So like, not disagree with Joe McCollum.
So like my main beta reader group is a dude that like I'm the only fiction that he reads. So he'll be able to call me out on, this doesn't make sense, that kind of stuff. And then a woman who only writes about like spy thrillers. And then a dude who only writes about, I don't want to say Irish nationalism, but like the core of all of his books is fuck the British. And then someone whose books is, they're all sports romance. So it's like, here's a little bit of plot and then sex. So when I send it to them, I also kind of gauge what their feedback is. So if the spy thriller lady says, hey, the sex on this is weird, I don't pay attention to it as much as the person who writes romance. But at the same time, if the person who I'm sitting to is like saying, hey, there's not enough character development in this, and that's coming from and that means something different if it's coming from the romance person or the spy thriller person. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. 1000% agree with that. Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't think about that, but that's a valid point. Find people find people who don't read your genre of stuff. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Fresh set of eyes on it.
Feedback with a grain of salt too, like Trip was saying. Like, just because if they don't read your genre, they're gonna give some new points, but they also might be saying things that frankly you're like, yeah, but that's fantasy. Or something like that.
Newsflash! This is a fantasy novel.
It's fantasy, we need dragons. Yeah.
Let me add to that. So I belong to a writers guild, and I've been with them for 14 years, and we're all eclectic. Wow. We don't write necessarily the same genre. Two of the ladies, absolutely love both of them. One is a Christian writer, and she totally gets, like, her name's Linda Morgan. She totally gets, like, my character Callie. And then another friend of mine, she is totally blind. She writes contemporary, Western, not like in my scope. She doesn't even like young adult. She doesn't care for fantasy and that kind of stuff. But oh my gosh, she's blind, so she listens to stories. What she picks up on is totally incredible. And the other lady, totally what she picks up on, because she's not necessarily, YA, she's in the Christian. She totally, like, I mean, what they could give to my story world is unbelievable. And the 5-layer senses that both of them pick up on adds, and when they edit, they'll write comments off to the side. Well, you need like a dialogue tag here, or you need a little bit more sensory cue here. I mean, it just adds and only enriches. But I, hands down, I want to circle, put people around me that do not read my genre and stuff like that. I want to, like you say, Hollis, seriously get people that don't know your genre. Yeah. So, because there's so much more telling in like historical romance, and whereas in fantasy you're showing. So you gotta know that genre. But if they don't know that genre, they could add so much more to only layer your book and make it that much more marketable.
Yeah.
Something I want to piggyback off that with from Cindy. And I haven't realized this until the last year or two when I started doing the audiobooks. But what you were saying about your blind friend makes a lot of sense, because there is some stuff that I've written where on paper it is beautiful and it is heartfelt and it 100% just like hits. But when you say it out loud, it makes no friggin' sense whatsoever. So I think that is an important distinction to make when you're writing. And I do think that if you're looking to write a book, it does benefit you to, before you publish, at least on your final run through of it, instead of just like reading it and going through it with the highlighter, saying it out loud so that it makes sense out of the mouth as much as it does.
I read mine back to myself. So I could hear it with my own ears. But I mean, she's so good that she even started her own business. And she does developmental editing. Well, she was a medical transcriptionist for 25 years.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Oh, she's good. She's good. Yeah. She's hands down. And she does not like to use, I don't even think you'll ever find her use one was in her books.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So she's like, yeah, she's good. I mean, Christina Benchoff, just plug out there, but
plug her. Let's see.
That's her business. That's her business name. But I'll tell you, she's highly worth it. She's definitely worth the money to have somebody listen to your book, do the developmental edits, and pick up on things that us that see things don't see. I mean,
Wow. I have something to add. So when you're writing your book too, you have to remember you're going to get a lot of negative criticism, and you can't
Probably,
listen.
yeah.
I've had so many mean people say horrible things to me about Adele Wolf until I got, with an editor, and she's like, "All right, Jen, we gotta fix some things," and then she kind of directed me in down the right path. So don't throw out your story. If you love your characters and you love your story, just tweak it and keep working on it, and don't give up and believe in yourself. Even Stephen King, he threw out his first novel. I don't know if y'all knew that. And his wife went out to the trash, got it out, read it. She's like, "This is really good. It just needs work. Your grammar and all the things, and like getting your plot twist and everything in the right place. It just needs work." So as a writer, just don't give up. That's the biggest part of it. And don't listen to the negative criticism. Just keep going. So yeah.
And that's really good. And to piggyback off of that, Jennifer, a long time ago, if somebody would, if I would have believed what other people would have said about me, like give up, don't write, I would not be where I am now. And I'm not saying where I am now is like, ooh, fantastic or anything, but where I am now is that I believe in myself. I mean, I was a kid, had learning disability classes. I have dyslexia. I didn't let that stop me. It was empowering. I didn't let it be my kryptonite. I believe that you have to have that inner faith, that inner belief that you yourself can actually do something and put pen to paper and move forward. Somebody will be able to help look over your shoulder to make sure that you didn't transpose those numbers or those letters and stuff. And that's why you get your stuff professionally edited, just as much as you do your best to go to people like Hollis and Tripp to get those great book covers. You put your time and your money into the quality of your work. But I definitely agree. Don't get rid of those
Don't
stories.
give up. Yeah, don't give up.
And definitely don't give up.
It's worth doing. That's how. Yeah.
And I would add to that as far as negative reviewers goes, and I guess you points on this. Yeah, well, I was gonna say, like, for negative reviews, fuck them.
Agreed.
Even though we've told you several times never to curse on this show.
Sorry. But I have a thought experiment for you, because I got a negative review once that really irked me.
I remember.
And I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this, right? So, spoiler alert for the Smoke with Fairy Tales books.
Spoilers.
But the very end of the series, the main character is going up to the final judgment, right? And on his way up to it, he's like next in line to get, judged by God, and he's standing there, and Michael the Archangel comes up and has him drink from, the cup of mercy, and the main character's freaked out because, like, I don't know if you ever, read anything about, meeting an angel before, but it's universally not a pleasant experience. So Hank's
supernatural.
Hank's freaked the hell out, and the angel's like, "Dude, don't worry about it. You're gonna be fine. Like, it's gonna be cool. Here, have a drink from the cup of mercy. You're gonna be fine. Don't worry about whatsoever's about to happen." And I've got a couple of negative reviews saying that, like, well, you ended the book before you told us if Hank went to heaven or hell.
Yeah, I remember this review.
and I'm kind of like, did you not
pay
read
attention to the book? Yeah.
Like, what the? Yeah.
I would just say thank you for your comment.
Thanks for buying the book. Like, that's what you're good for.
Yeah, pretty much.
So back to negative reviews. Most of them are idiots. Screw.
Yeah. Well, and also
the better writer. Yeah.
The number of stars doesn't matter. The number of reviews is what matters. So even the negative reviews boost your book. So thanks.
So I guess
they still read it. Yeah. They still read it. They still bought the book.
In other words, it goes back to the old saying: any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And people actually take their negative reviews and they show that intentionally to say, hey, you know what? This is what they said. And it's always like something over their shoulder or something. Yeah. Like displaying the book or the blurb, or I shouldn't say blurb, but the review. And it's like, hey, it helps,
Yeah. Well, and not all books are for every person. Like, I write 2 different book series. My husband really enjoys the Rashawn series, kind of doesn't care about the Lost Beacon Chronicles.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, cool. Like, the series is not for him.
You know, I won't go into the details, but I bought a few books off of the Zon because I wanted to support the authors and I wanted to give their books a chance. And sometimes I read them; they're great. Sometimes I read the first couple of chapters. You know, give it a 3-4 chapters, see if it, you know, if it entices me to read more.
Yeah.
And the first, not all of them, but 1 or 2 books or maybe even 3 or 4, I read the first few chapters. I thought, I'm not really digging this. This isn't really working for me, dog. So it's a no for me, dog. And then I just put them to the side, or I, you know, whether it's I either donate them or I pass them on to a friend of mine who's into that genre, who would be interested in reading that book potentially, right?
Yeah.
You know, so that, you know, it's always, what do you call it? It's like paying it forward to a certain extent. So
yeah,
there is that.
Well, yeah, no, just because I think the author's an idiot doesn't mean that, like, you know, Bob or Shirley is not going to enjoy that book.
Well, the one book I tried to read, I didn't think the author was anything like that, but it's just, for me, I just couldn't get into the story because I just felt there were too many words and terminologies I just couldn't, my brain couldn't wrap my head around it, unfortunately. And that's just the case sometimes, depending on what your genre is or who your characters are. But the good news is, and not, once again, I'm not saying this to toot my own horn, but a friend of mine, go to BobbyNash.com. He's a crime fiction writer in the state of Georgia. Good friend of mine. His latest book came out, and it's called Snow Island, and it's the continuation of the Abraham Snow series about a man who used to work for the government as a CIA agent. He gets shot on an airstrip, nearly dies, and he has to leave his, you know, undercover agent life behind because, you know, he's been found out. And he starts working for his grandfather's private security company. Ooh. That's the nature of that's the overall, like, you know, blurb without getting into too many spoilers. But his latest one is called Snow Island. On the back of the book, and I didn't know this until I actually looked at it on social media, because he posts the front and back covers of each of his books. He had to give people an idea. And I noticed he put one of my reviews on the back cover of that book. And I was like, Bobby, dog, like, you've been holding out on me, son. So, because I wrote, and this is, by the way, he loved the way I described this. So I wrote, the Abraham Snow series is a combination of, it's like Die Hard meets Burn Notice, meet, you know, just, I forget the third one, but it meets a certain crime procedure. I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, it's like a combination of these 3 properties roped into one. A non-stop adventure kind of thing. And he took that and put it on the back of it. He didn't tell me he was going to do it. I didn't get any notice whatsoever. But the fact that my name is on the back cover of that guy's book with a positive review of his series overall, because I think that's what his goal was with the intention of putting those reviews on the back of the book. I thought, well, I thought I was a published author. Now I'm a published critic.
Well, those comps make a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
The comments I wrote just turned everything upside down for him. He loved it. I was like, hey, thanks for writing this. I appreciate it. I'm like, no problem, brother. I didn't know you were going to put my name on the back cover of your freaking book, but hey, you gave me a free plug, son.
Yeah, he actually turned your review into a comp as far as like a comparable and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's truly fantastic.
Yep. Die Hard meets Burn Notice. I don't think that's a bad combo.
No, not
I
at
love
all.
Die Hard. Not a Christmas movie, though.
The DVD I have has a Christmas tree on the fucking front of it. It's a Christmas movie.
I know. I just said that
the whole time.
I'm mixed on that one, and I had it last December as a question. If Die Hard was a Christmas movie or not. I sit on the fence because it's got the Christmas setting and all that.
We've talked about this.
Yeah,
all the music is Christmas music.
It
takes place on Christmas Eve. During a Christmas party.
And I watched Die Hard this past Christmas.
Yeah,
it's always on at Christmas, so I mean,
but here's the thing.
Christmas movie.
No, we like sought it out when we were looking for a Christmas film to watch.
Okay.
And I was the one who suggested it, but then my dad and my brother-in-law were like, she has an excellent point. And I was like, I do have an excellent point. And everyone else was indecisive, so we watched it.
It's a good movie. I love Die Hard.
It's fun. It's fun. Hollis, I have a machine gun. You know, do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy? Anyway, we miss you, Alan Rickman. We miss you.
I know.
Great actor.
Also,
talent.
controversial fucking
opinion.
Catherine O'Hara passed too.
Hear me out on this.
Yeah.
So Harry Potter is about some kid running around trying to hide from Alan Rickman, who is kind of a contentious bastard.
Snape.
Harry Potter's a Die Hard movie.
What?
Okay. That's interesting. That's
I see
interesting.
where you're going.
Yeah, I can kind of see where he's going with this, Hollis.
Terrorism is involved.
Yeah. And then Ray Fiennes with his face shaved off, like, oh, the seat. You're saving the seat, Harry. Anyway, the funny. Anyway,
I don't get that one.
By the way,
Die Hard.
I know, but by the way, Jennifer, Christmas is going to be very different this year with the most recent passing of Catherine O'Hara, Mama McAllister.
I know. I was like sad about that.
Of Home Alone. Yeah, people have been posting tributes all day, all night. I've watched. Macaulay Culkin went on social media and paid tribute to his on-screen mother, which was very heartfelt, very nice. Man.
And Schitt's Creek. I don't know if you guys watched.
Yeah. I love
Schitt's Creek. Yeah.
Too.
Yep.
My favorite. So
I rewatch that series all the time.
It's great. That or The Office is always playing in my house. So or Parks and Rec.
Also very good. Oh yeah. You've got good taste, like you.
Supernatural. We're some,
I haven't used this.
Movie nerds over here, show nerds.
I haven't used this GIF in a while, but the two GIFs I use from Office and Parks and Rec are one and the same. It's either treat yourself or it's the oh my god, okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. Everybody stay calm. What's going on? Stay fucking calm. So it happens. But I get it. But yeah, R.I.P. to Catherine O'Hara. I'm always going to remember you as Delia Dietz and Kate McAllister. I'm going to remember those two. So among others, yes, among others. But those are the two I remember.
Beetlejuice,
Don't forget about Delia Dietz. Remember she sang the song.
Beetlejuice. Oh, I love that scene. Yeah.
Yeah, what's his name? Harry Belafonte, I want to say. Harry Belafonte, the song. Yeah, he's the musician who composed the song. Yeah. Fun fact, this is the Writer Showcase attempt at sanity. Don't forget to like and share if you like what you see here. Subscribe to the channel because more insanity is coming in 2026. Aside from that, I think we've answered that question. So, Trip, who is an author, living or dead, you want to have a conversation with?
That's a good question. Either Tolkien or Ernst Younger, and both of them were at the Battle of the Somme on opposite sides, and I would love to pick their brains about any number of anything about that. And it's funny because it's not so much about what they wrote as much as what they experienced and how that influenced the things that they wrote, because like Tolkien is infamously or famously against allegory, right? Like, hey, no, the War of the Ring was absolutely not about World War I, but like if you read into it, you can tell exactly who was who and what happened where, especially if you're familiar with the micro history of the events that happened in that. And it's like, oh yeah, the Battle of Helm's Deep, that totally wasn't day 14 of the Somme. Whatever, dude. But I would like to pick their brains about their experiences of it, and then try to not to play fucking psychotherapist or anything, but like walk through in conversation. Hey, you experienced this and you wrote this, and they're not the same thing. But what were you doing while the pen was in your hand?
That's a good question. I mean, two things. One does not simply walk into Mordor.
Actually, I take that back. I take that back. If I could sit down and talk to any author over, like, we're talking in person.
Yeah,
Hollis.
I was going to say you.
Oh, that's
can
cool.
Can we get off
Nice.
the whole
Stealing my answer.
Get off the friendship bandwagon for a minute here. Gee whiz.
So Hollis, you can't see me.
When does that simply walk in Mordor? That's number one, but still.
No, because I really like Hollis's work, because like I don't know if you've read her books yet, but they're an unhinged D&D campaign that she's just like, I'm gonna write that down.
Hollis explained to me.
I'm sorry, she's Italian. I'm gonna write that down.
Well, Hollis was on the show with us a couple weeks ago, and I quote, she explained to me how
I watched it, and everyone watching should go back and watch that one because it's a good episode.
That was a good episode, actually. We enjoyed having a great conversation with her when Trip wasn't interrupting us every 5 seconds.
I almost didn't curse. I think I got a couple in there accidentally.
Accidentally? What was the word again? Accidentally? Yeah, sure. No, I get it. But Jay, I mean, not to piggyback off of that, even though it's copying off somebody else's paper, but J.R. I'd be fascinated because Fellowship of the Ring is my favorite of the bunch. So I'd be very curious because there's some good stuff in there for sure, obviously. But yeah, I mean, the whole council scene when they're assembling the Fellowship is just so iconic, in my opinion. But no, it's a good one. It's definitely a good one. Hollis, author, living or dead, whose name is not Trip Ainsworth, that you would want to have a conversation with him. Why? Don't
Trip Arrow Ainsworth, though.
Use your flipping friendship card.
But the friendship card, actually, I am gonna give a shout out to Stone Abdullah, who is the writer of the Journey of the Shadow series, and physicist, a friggin' physicist, and a really cool, and a veteran as well. But Stone's awesome. Stone is awesome. I mean, yes, I have had the pleasure of chatting with him, but not in person. I would love to sit down. Actually, Trip, you, me, and Stone, let's go hang out.
That whole conversation will be Limp Bizkit.
It would be excellent.
Limp Bizkit?
It would be excellent. But no, seriously, I would love to, and to shout out to another excellent indie author out there. He really is genuinely wonderful to speak to, and he has such a myriad in his mind, and it's really because he's an intellectual, he's down to earth, he's really funny, and his his books are well, Jennifer, you'd like them, they are smutty.
Yes, I would.
Okay,
what's his name again? Hold on.
Stone Abdullah. It's the Journey of the Shadow.
Journey of the Shadow, Jennifer.
Journey of the Shadow, yeah, and it's it's smutty, but it's fantasy smut.
Well, I like plot and smut, so I mean, I'm not straight up smut,
and the women are in charge. In his
a lot of sword fighting too.
Oh, like did you just say? Excuse me, baking powder? Did you say sword fighting? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, I love Stone, but he's a giant weeb. Not that I'm hating on him for it, because I like it's self-hate.
But I mean, no, I've been it's a weird thing to say, but I've been fascinated with swords since I was 6 when Power Rangers was on television. So because the Red Ranger had a power sword, okay, Trip. So that was like I was like, hey, I want me one of those.
Hey, well, and you're just reminding me of Shakespeare. Methinks these wenches be afraid of swords. If anyone else knows the As You Like It.
Wait. Were these wenches lesbians? Like what was wrong with swords?
They were afraid of swords.
What's wrong with a good sword fight?
Anyway.
I mean, in a couple of weeks, we're going to be sitting here celebrating Highlander's 40th anniversary with a watch-along. So there you go. There's some sword fighting for you.
That's Highlander. I love the series.
I haven't read that. Everybody's talking about it. I need to read that one. Yeah, it's on my TBR. So,
well, if you ever get a chance to see the original Highlander film, Jennifer, it's really good.
That's what everybody keeps telling me. So, and I like that.
It's the greatest movie ever made.
I mean, it's got a soundtrack. It's got a soundtrack by Queen. So
my husband and I are binge watching Supernatural right now. So there's that. Yeah,
the road so far.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, of course. We kind of go back and forth between those two because you got to have some humor.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine reminds me of the GIF. I use this once in a while. It's like, all right, I'm going to go cry.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, what is it? The sex tape one he always says.
No. It's certainly not that. Get off your Hoochie smut high horse.
Sorry.
No, it's cool. It's cool. Who did not answer the question? Jennifer, who's a writer, living or dead, you want to have a conversation with?
It's hard. That's a hard one, honestly.
There can be only one.
There's gonna be only one. I guess. I'm gonna say Rebecca Yarros because I really dug her Dragon series, Fourth Wing series. And I really loved her character building of Violet or Violence, So in Zayden, I just really enjoyed the series, honestly, and I'm hoping she puts another one out, And I would really like to see where she was, how she came up with her characters and came up with their struggles, So, because that's the whole thing of what we're doing, we're writing these characters, these people that we learn to love, and their struggle and their background and their, their plot twists and all the things. So, yeah, I would love to chat with her. That'd be awesome.
Fascinating. What about you, Cindy?
Yeah.
Any, as an author, you want to, living or dead, you want to have a conversation with that stands out?
Well, I made a choice officially tonight to have that living with you guys. So,
Aw. Thank you.
well,
I
then,
mean,
So your answer is also Hollis. Gotcha.
Yeah. So, but just so that you
everybody,
know, three of the 4 people sitting here are New York Times best-selling writers. I'm not yet. I haven't reached that pinnacle yet, but I'm getting there.
No, seriously, it would be you guys, because I looked each one of you guys up, and of course, I knew Hollis first, and I looked at videos to see how the level of camaraderie I thought that would be put forth in the group, and so I was looking forward to this. And then, in addition to that, I would have to say that Rick Riordan is someone that I would like to have dinner with. Now, he's living also like you guys, but yes. And if I could put a plug in there, he's got a movie coming out. And I think, Ryan, you and I talked about this, but the Percy Jackson's having a remake or something.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, with the series that's currently on Disney Plus, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing that. But see, I like mythology. I like all of that.
I like Greek mythology personally, but you know.
Yeah. But I like to take all that stuff and twist it and
twist it.
Well, not have it like the way, you know. I mean, when I wrote the Theron's World, I even got into Plato's Creatus about Atlantis and everything, the governmental system.
I've been fascinated by Atlantis for years.
Oh yeah. The
Lost City of Atlantis. I'm fascinated by that one.
Yeah. So, but and I studied a bunch of things just to make sure I was bringing something solid and creating a foundation. But ultimately, I would like to sit down and talk to Rick Riordan. And truthfully, I would have to say that a couple years ago, he wouldn't have been on my scope. But a friend of mine was just like, Cindy, like reading your books is kind of like listening to Rick Riordan. Your book series is kind of like really cool like that, but with a little bit of love. So
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, but I like, I don't know. Now, if you ask me about an actor, that'd be different.
Oh, jeez.
Uh-oh.
Well, hey.
We'd be here all night. Oh, this is a good question. Book series that got you into writing. Ooh. Okay. That's a bit of a deep cut.
Oh, that is a good one.
That's a good one. Book series that got you into writing. I mean,
I was writing when I was a kid, so it'd have to be back to old Nancy Drew. You know, that's, if anybody knows who that is. Yeah, that's the old ones, or Babysitter Club, even maybe. But yeah,
Boxcar Children.
Nancy Drew. Yeah, you know,
Boxcar Children, Hollis.
Yeah, that would be me, and I just loved the characters, and I was like, I can do this, but I can do it better.
I kind of hate Nancy Drew, not because of anything that was written, but because I was going through a breakup one time, and this chick called me Nancy Drew, and I was like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Oh, sorry.
Get out of here. No, like, it had nothing to do with the books or the writer. It was a personal conversation.
Yeah. Well, you can't
ruin it for you.
It's like when something gives you food poisoning, that's gone forever now. Never again.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's a good question, though. Book series that got me into writing. I mean,
really, so many good books out there. It's really hard to narrow it down, really.
There's a million
I would say it wasn't even a book series. I think it was an episode of Gunsmoke where there was a I forget what the dude's thing was. I think he was a painter.
Mm-hmm.
And the main character, I forget the guy's name. It's been a while. I used to watch Gunsmoke and Bonanza with my granddad. But there was an episode of Gunsmoke where they were escorting this painter around, and the painter was blind, and he was going through this existential crisis about, like, I can't paint anymore because I'm blind, you know, and like that was the thing of it. And then the main character was like, well, why don't you start writing instead? And the painter was like, what are you talking about? I was like, well, instead of painting pictures with your hands, why don't you paint pictures with your words? And I was like, oh, that's an option.
Mm-hmm. That's a good option.
All right.
I would like to point out that you take both options because Tripp is also an excellent painter. I love his use of color, to be honest. I really do. I love how you layer it, and it's very like dynamic and like there's a lot of depth in it. But yeah, he sells his paintings as well, which are really badass, and I love them.
Well, not to toot other horns here, but I have a character in one of my books. She's a Persian stripper that works at a strip club in Oceanside, California. And someone here, Hollis, made me some fan art that's hanging up on the wall right now. So,
yeah. Hey,
I'm just saying, I'm not the only artist in the group. Hollis,
I have fan art on my walls too.
Shut up!
Yeah, you better be careful. I'm going to send you more.
You better shut your mouth, or else you're gonna
shut your pie hole.
Come at me, bro.
Reference, Jennifer.
Sorry,
I've watched too many movies.
Getting serious over there.
I've watched too many movies in my career to not know the difference. But it's funny you say this. A book series. It really wasn't a book series. It's a funny thing that happened to me. So 6 years ago, we had this little thing called lockdown, where the world was ending, worlds were crumbling, and we almost died. But during that time, there were virtual workshops being held at my local library, and they were doing something at the time anyway. They were doing it for NaNoWriMo, which is National Novel Writing Month. And I took those courses, and they taught us, hey, here's what you need to do when considering your setting, considering your character, considering your background, whatever it is. And I wrote something called a Western. And the reason I wrote a Western in the first place was because, well, I've seen a lot of Western movies, and I like the genre to an extent, so why not give this a shot? Wrote it, and the feedback I got from everybody in the virtual, what do you call them, the Zoom calls that we had at this time, by the way, they were like, Ryan, this is good. I like this. You got some good characters. I like your setting. You may need to work on this, that, and the other, but you got a really good start. And I said, really? Because this is my first attempt at writing anything since like middle school when I was in a literary magazine. So like I haven't done anything in like 100 years. But the feedback was constructive, and it was very, very good to me. So with that, I did the edits, did it back and forth, got it done. But unfortunately, the story ends on a cliffhanger, so I backed myself into a gosh darn corner. Haven't touched it since. Don't worry, it's still sitting in my database. And 5 years later, I ended up joining a writer's Discord called the Men's Adventure Fiction Discord, which is put together by the Men's Adventure Fiction Podcast. Hello, guys. Cheap plugs. Run by Nate and Luke from Veritas Entertainment, who's my publisher. And I joined the Discord, and one of the things they have in the Discord is a music thread called the Music of Adventure. So that someone, and I'm going to say her name, Brina Williamson, who writes the Morona Grant series, which is a combination of Lara Croft meets Indiana Jones, if you're into treasure hunting type stories.
Yeah. Isn't Lara Croft just Indiana Jones with like triangle boobs?
Whatever, Russ. Whatever.
Mayhap.
But still, get away from that. But anyway, so something like
I'm
that.
sorry,
So
and 45 ACP instead of a Webley, whatever. Fine.
Exactly, whatever it's called. But anyway, so she posted this link to music in the music threads, and it's Egyptian adventure music, whatever it is, kind of like in the vein of The Mummy with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz, if anyone remembers that movie. And I listened to the music, and the music triggered something to me. It triggered my creative juices were flowing again after 5 years absence or being in the shadows somewhere. Hello, and I just started punching those keys. I just kept punching the keys because I had an idea for a story that was a treasure hunter type story. I was like, "Oh, this is good. I like." Yes. I think it's very safe. I was inspired, and I just started writing and toying with different kinds of stories within different genres because I do like they're my favorites, but also I want to step outside of my genre and do something I'm not overly familiar with and kind of stretch my feet, stretch my legs a little bit. And it's been fun. So I'm going to continue to do it until I can do it no longer. So because I joined a writer's Discord that's a very supportive community, that's what got me into writing. So thank you to everybody in the Men's Adventure Fiction Writing Discord. All the men and women who are a part of that community are fantastic people, and they're very, very good to me. Writing very, very good to me. Yeah. And by the way, when I'm writing, I like to have the music of the genre that I'm writing and playing while I'm writing because that just gets the story flowing. It gets the muscles going. So it's fun, especially when I'm listening to synthesizer type music. Well, not Slayer, but synthesizer type music that's in the vein of the genre that I'm writing. And whether it's, granted, I didn't do this for synthesizer, but there was like Western music. There was dragons with fighting dragons with swords music. I mean, just all this because like I said, I'm in the process of writing a novella that's a fantasy novella, by the way, and it involves swords. It involves swords. Yes, it involves swords. It involves sorcerers and sorceresses. So that's been fun to write in or toy with, I should say. So
I love fantasy.
What I'm trying to say is definitely find a community and stick with it because they're going to get you through the good times, but they're also definitely going to get you through the hard times because we've had hard times early on in 2026 with the storms and power outages, furnaces not working, whatever it is. And every time I talk to them, they're like, so what are you working on? Oh, I got this. Oh, I got that. What are you working on? Well, I'm in the process of trying to, trim the fat of my TBR because my TBR is like 120 and still going. And yes, Hollis, your books are in the mix too. But it's like, I got to crack this down.
You tell every woman that.
What was that?
I said, you tell everyone that. I said,
like that,
every woman. I'm
Probably.
teasing.
Thanks for noticing. But so definitely find a community that's supportive of you and just stick with it because they're some of the best people I've met in my life/career. But as far as what writer I'd like to meet, living or dead, I pretty much already met all of them because Bobby Nash is my favorite writer right now, and he's writing the Snow series, and I have Snow Island, which I'm gonna read at some point. I'm sorry, Bobby, don't take it personal. But yeah, I mean, J.R.R. Tolkien's definitely one. But I'd have to sit down and think about the question. But anyway, aside from that, it is Writer's Showcase on Anti Quote Channel. Don't forget to like and share if you like what you see here. Make sure to subscribe to the channel because more insanity is going to come your way here in the year of 2026. What is a book that belongs on everyone's bookshelf that's not one of your own, Trip?
Everyone's bookshelf?
Yeah. What book that belongs on everyone's bookshelf?
That should be on everyone's bookshelf.
Yes.
Absolutely everyone, like on the entire fucking planet's
language.
Bookshelf.
7 billion people, but yes.
The Catholic version of the Holy Bible.
Okay, fair enough.
And I know some people are gonna be like, about that, but like if you want to understand, I don't know, history and literature, that one goes in there because like you cannot be historically literate without having at least a surface layer of biblical understanding because the Catholic Church built the Western world. And like you don't have to believe in God for this, and you don't have to be a Christian for this, but like if you want to understand what the core belief system of how society operates since about 2,000 years ago, you do need to have a surface layer understanding of this is where we're coming from with this. Like, and I know some people could be like, I don't know, maybe the Iliad. It's like, yeah, I mean, the Iliad's nice, but like that happened before the Bronze Age and got written down at the beginning of the Bronze Age, and no one's based a belief system or a culture off of it. And that could go for pretty much anything besides that. But like, yeah, no, like you do need at the very least that for reference material.
I see where you're going. Wow, Trip got real serious there for a minute. That's the first time he's done this in 2.5 hours on this show. But I appreciate it all the same, by the way. I appreciate it all the same. All belief systems we respect. We're not trying to make any debates here or whatever it is. But I understand that. I completely understand that. Hollis, what's a book that belongs on everyone's bookshelf? What do you think? Anything stand out?
It's super subjective. But honestly, I think that to support my fellow Italians out there, reading something by Umberto Eco, The Name of the Rose, perhaps, or The Isle of the Day Tomorrow, or read we'll say read some Umberto Eco. It's very deep philosophically, and you can get a lot of different meanings from it, even through multiple reads of his works. And I think he's a really great writer. And there's a lot there.
Fascinating. What about you, Cindy? What's a book that belongs on everyone's bookshelf?
That's a hard question. A couple weeks ago when I interviewed with you, I answered it. But truthfully, because I am a mood reader, I would like to say every book belongs on someone's bookshelf.
Yeah, but
I
we wouldn't have enough room for this.
I know, but that's why we have Kindle.
True.
But truthfully, I like the fact that you've got a whole list of books that you're willing to read and have on your TBR. I think that's a huge compliment. I don't know. I think maybe my next book might be Hollis's book.
Oh dear.
But truthfully, I don't have just a perfect one right now. I'm just such an eclectic reader. I really genuinely am.
So you're not going to use any of your lifelines. You're not going to buy Val. You're not going to spin the wheel again and try to land on the $1 million marker. I guess you don't want to solve the
I'm
puzzle.
going to uplift everybody's book.
All right, sounds fair.
We
we appreciate it all the same, though. Lift everybody up, not tear each other down. There's a piece of philosophy that go along with that. Jennifer, please don't cop out and not use one of your lifelines. But what is a book that belongs on everyone's bookshelf?
Well, I have two. It's going to be The Road, and I had to look up the author because I couldn't remember his name. Cormac McCarthy. Do you remember I told you The Road? I guess they made a movie. I never watched it, but it's a really good book.
Yeah, it stars Aragorn himself. Viggo Mortensen's in that one.
But I didn't watch the movie. I just really liked the story. It was good. And then The Hatchet. Do you remember that? And I can't remember the author for The Hatchet. I'd have
You
to
mean
look
Gary
it up.
Paulson?
Yeah, it was a good book.
Yes, good book. And that's like one of my early books to read when I was younger. So, and maybe that also influenced me to write a book because I really like that story as well. So
I have that on my TBR actually. I have a mass paperback copy of it sitting on my shelf.
Yeah, because I like survival, post-apocalyptic, which I don't. The Road is post-apocalyptic, but survival and and people's journeys, and I really like both those books. I think they're both good books. They made me have all the feels. So, yeah, definitely should read it if you haven't.
Well, that's cool. I mean, the only book I can think of that really belongs on everyone's bookshelf is what's this called? Oh yeah, it's right here. To save a thingamabob. Oh yeah, to save a world. There it is.
Thingamabob savers.
Oh, look at that! Look at that!
To save a world by someone. How do you pronounce this person's?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Is it Hollis something?
Yeah.
I think it's Hollis from not to make this a cop-out answer, but no, to save. I've heard good things about To Save a World. I just haven't read it yet. I'm sorry, but
we appreciate all of you. Thank you for the free plugs.
By the way, Hollis, we expect a check in the mail. All right, commission.
Noted.
Commission, guys, commission. But no, one book I just recently finished. I just finished it like within the last couple of days, I think it was, or less than a week. And I don't have the image here on my studio here, but it's called The Known World of Atera, the Prisoner of Ruhak Tower, which is written by Grayson D. Sullivan, who's an indie author, a good friend of mine. And it was I listened to an audiobook of one of the Conan the Barbarian stories, so that was kind of my intro to sword and sorcery. But it was a short, it was a short story, whereas this is a full length novella. And The Known World of Atera, the Prisoner of Ruhak Tower, it was pretty much my foray into sword and sorcery. I've been fascinated by that genre because Grayson won't shut up about it. So I finally sat down and read his book, and I got to be honest with you, it's a really good story. So now I've become a sword and sorcery fan because of that. So thank you, Grayson D. Sullivan, for writing that book because I think it's a fabulous story. And yes, I gave you a very heartfelt review on Goodreads.com, which you can share with your friends and tell everybody about it because reviews matter, So
they do matter.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if anyone wants to dive into the sword and sorcery genre, I strongly recommend The Known World of Atera, the Prisoner of Ruhak Tower. By Grayson D. Sullivan. So there's your free plug, Grayson. I love you, brother. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you something. This has been an awkward, weird, twisted, nonsensical, Ryan regrets this for the rest of his life episode.
And we didn't even talk about oral sex.
Wow. Gee, thanks. Don't be honest or anything.
No. But in all sincerity, even though this has gone way off the rails than I originally anticipated, this has been an award-winning episode of the Writers' Showcase to kick off the new year of 2026. The Writers' Showcase, we did our episode in October, but we took November and December off to celebrate the holiday seasons with our families and loved ones. So this is our first episode back in 2 months, Trip. So this was something. This is, in a word, this was educational. And I guess for those of you watching or listening to this program right now, I guess you guys aren't ready for this yet, but your kids are going to love it. So thank you for joining us on the Writers' Showcase. My name is Ryan Devane, Co-Channel. So Trip, if someone wants to know more about your insanity, please, and the books that you've written over the last several years, where can they follow you?
They can Google me, Trip Ainsworth, or they can go to YouTube and look for Smoke Pit Fairy Tales. That's where the audiobook chapters are coming out if they don't want to, go to Audible or just buy the book or anything. Or, I don't know, they can wait 2 or 3 years and just watch my stuff on HBO.
Hey, that's pretty sweet, though. That's awesome.
That is sweet.
Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations on
very
that.
exciting.
Thank you.
Very exciting.
That's pretty cool. Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you.
That's fabulous. With that being said, your BFF is here. Hollis, someone wants to know about your insanity and how wonderful you are as a human being and a writer who writes in a notebook with an actual pen at a cafe every other day, where can they follow you and your misadventures?
So the best place to follow me is my website, hollisjoemccullumauthor.com. And from there, you can pivot to everything. Second best, well, or maybe the best place is my Instagram. I don't really keep up with any other social medias. I technically have a Facebook that I never check. So yeah, Instagram at hollisjoemccullum. And yeah, I'm very active on there and the website.
Well, thank you for being here with us, Hollis. We do greatly appreciate it. Thanks for taking us off the rails several times this evening. Couldn't do it without you. But with that being said, Cindy, some of us know more about your wonderful stuff and the incredible historical lessons you've been presenting us with. Where can they follow you on social media?
You could definitely check out www.cindybreck.com. And also, I'm on social media. I Facebook and Instagram are my two favorites. I very rarely get over to TikTok or anything. And I started Pinterest, but hey, you definitely find me on those two, Facebook and Instagram.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for being here with us, Cindy. We could not do this. Yeah, you're such a wonderful person. We couldn't do it without you. Jennifer, the one who likes to call herself a word that goes with the letter P, but I'm just curious. If someone wants to know more about you and the wonderful things you're doing over there in your next book coming out, where can they follow you?
Just check out my newsletter, jenniferdtorset.com, or I'm on all the socials, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. It's either JD Torseth or Jennifer D. Torseth. And if you like coffee, dogs, and lots of spice, you'll see me dancing around and promoting my books. So, yeah.
Excellent. Thank you so much for being here. Do you really?
Excellent.
Yeah, excellent, Smithers. There's my impression for you. Excellent. Smithers. We must find a plan to humiliate who Miss Simpson. Does Hollis agree with me or not? I don't know. My name is Ryan of And I Quote Channel. Follow me across all forms of social media for my normal human voice at And I Quote Channel. There to see Hollis. I can't be normal for more than 1 minute. But check us out there. We got all kinds of great things coming your way very soon. Also, we're on the road to 5,000. Once we hit that magical number, we're going to have a live stream that will include special giveaways that you, the viewer or listener, are going to be eligible to win. Also, the seasons are changing. We got merch in our Redbubble store that includes shirts, hoodies, stickers. You can add to your water bottles, Hollis. Stickers. Who doesn't love a sticker? Check it out on the Redbubble store. Links are located in the description of this video down below, or you can find it in our social media bios. If you want to know more about my writing career, check out my short story. It's called Wolf of the West. It's a straight-up Western, so saddle up because it's a part of Veritas Entertainment's Western Tales Volume 1 Anthology, which you can purchase on Amazon in ebook, paperback, or hardcover. 16 different writers, 15 different stories. One of them was written by two people, just to give everybody a heads up. It was a lot of fun. I'm happy to be a part of it, and I'm glad that there's a lot of great writers out there, and we got 16 of them with 15 stories in there. So if you're a fan of that genre, you want to introduce somebody to the Western genre, I think this is a good entry point. It's a good place to do it. So check it out. And don't forget, And I Quote is on Saturdays, 12 o'clock Eastern time, where we interview some of the best indie creators from all over the world. Don't worry, we'll get Trip Ainsworth on there eventually when he calms down and decides not to curse on national television anymore. But also check out our movie watch-alongs on Friday nights at 7 o'clock Eastern time. We're going to be doing stuff in February celebrating 40 years of Highlander, 30 years of The Hunchback of Notre Dame from the Disney animated feature film, and we're going to wrap up the month of February with a lovely-dovey film called Dirty Harry with Clint Eastwood, turning 55 years of age, folks. 55 years of age. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's when Dirty Harry came out 55 years ago. So check all that stuff out. It's all in our playlist. All the descriptions the links are down in the description below. Do not forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, ring the bell to be notified when the videos go up or they go live. The Writer Showcase will be back on the last or almost last Saturday of every month on a Saturday, 7 o'clock Eastern time. Remember, life is better when supporting indie creators from all over the world. Take a look.
Strelin of Ulia is a cursed man, and cursed men are dangerous. He has traveled the known world seeking a way to lift his curse. So far, he has not found what he is looking for. When Trellin arrives in the city of Anshi, in the nation of Paraba, he meets a cold reception. The desert nation is unforgiving. Its people have proven untrustworthy, and the locals have no love for foreigners. Now, a wealthy stranger offers to lift Trellin's curse for a price, and he must make a choice. Seek a solution elsewhere, or risk imprisonment in the Tower of Ruhak, a place from whence no man has ever escaped. The known world of a terror, The Prisoner of Ruach Tower. Now available on Amazon in paperback and on Kindle.
Author Cindy Kepp is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kepp at CKOEPP.com today.
Choose high-flying action. Choose death-defying escapes. Choose spine-tingling thrills. Choose nail-biting intrigue. Now's your chance to choose the adventure. The Captain Hawkland Adventures. Available on Amazon.com.
All right, I'm a little tired, I'm a little wired, and I think I deserve a little appreciation.